Hello, I am HQ of HQ Reacts. If you have made it this far and you're not subscribed, please hit the like button and subscribe and share. If you find me on other social media platforms, please follow me. And you might find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. Hey, this is HQ here, live and in color. Hey, today is the candidates for the men. We have just as many candidates as men that we do of women. So men seek out relationships just as well as women. And I came to this epiphany earlier today. Men seek out relationships more than women because there's a survey or something out saying that women don't want to get married, or when it's less women or more women who don't want to get married as opposed to men. Which means there's an issue with men wanting to get married more than women. Now, I wonder why that is. I don't know, but I got a theory. I think it's because women seek to have emotional connection, and she's getting that emotional connection with other women just like her, or women that she meets or women she works with. She gets that emotional connection, right? And she knows she's not getting that kind of emotional connection from men. So maybe that's why she's not seeking too much of a relationship. I don't know. Maybe that's just my thought. I don't know. Right? So we came up with these candidates for Kendra G. We ran across a whole bunch. I did not factor into the fact of whether they had children or not. I clicked on them and I picked them, hoping that they didn't have that many children, or if they did, didn't have any, right? So we don't know. So I didn't pick men according to that. I picked men according to, whether they were single, looking for someone or not. So this is how the men come up in Kendra G. There's a significant difference. Okay. There's plenty of men looking for relationships too. I won't, put that down to only women. So here's the thing. It's a different way in which men want to find relationships, and the way the women these days feel. It's going to be a heavy lift if these are indications. Some of these are indications of how men think about relationships. I mean, I understand the fit, feminine, and friendly, but I think that's as far as you can go without somebody calling you toxic, right? So we're going to see about the men of today. These are men less than a year old. We're going to see about these men. You all hit the like button coming in, please. Please hit the like button. Cash apps are great. Super chats are welcome. It's the month of May, so we're asking for all of those things. Shares, cash apps, likes, all that good stuff. So without further ado, we're going to show you our first candidate. So let's see what we got.
I am.
Hi, where are you calling me from?
Chicago.
Chicago. What is your name?
My name, Lil Kel, but it's Kel. Everybody call me Kel.
What do you want me to call you?
Kel, K-E-L-L.
Kel. Okay, Chicago.
Yes.
How old are you, love?
I'm 37.
37. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a phone tech. I repair iPhones for a living. I got my own company.
You repair iPhones for a living.
And trade stocks.
And you trade stocks. So we got Kelly, Chicago, 37, repairs phones.
Kel, not Kelly. I'm sorry. It's Kel.
Kel, sorry. Kel, Chicago. Oh, yeah, you don't want to be Kelly from Chicago, child.
Yeah, I ain't no R. Kelly here. I like grown women over here.
Cal, Chicago 37, repairs phones, trade stocks. What's your zodiac sign?
Money sign is my zodiac sign. No, Aquarius.
Do you have any kids?
No.
No kids. All right, let's do it. What kind of woman you looking for, Cal?
Sounds good on paper. Sounds good on paper. Now, the jacket don't sound bad. The jacket is good. He's 37, no kids. You know, I don't like the profession because the profession is not really a profession. The profession is like a hustling thing. Fixing iPhones, maybe he's very computer orientated. Okay, fine, great. Does he make enough money to support a family? This is what we're looking for. Is he eligible to have a coffee date? Yes, he's eligible to have a coffee date. He has all of these things. He has the qualities for that. He can speak. He doesn't mumble. Great. Let's see what the rest of him says.
I like obviously a feminine woman that's like to laugh and be herself, not too superficial, not high maintenance. Um, just a woman that's like to enjoy life and live in the moment, not always angry and got attitudes.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
No cigarette smokers. Um, Prefer a woman with no kids. Um, Pretty much that's it. No kids, no cigarette smokers, and no loudmouth women.
Okay. Should she look a certain way?
Um, I don't want no woman that's probably over 5'7", maybe. Well, it depends. Your height don't matter. If I vibe with you and you look good, that don't matter really. But you can't be overweight. I like a woman that's proportionate, got nice curves or a nice body. I like a petite woman, but as long as you got a nice body, you ain't overweight, I'm good.
Okay. What about money? Should she make a certain amount of money?
I don't care about your money. You ain't gonna spend it on me anyway. So your money don't mean nothing. But I prefer a woman that got something to lose, because when you got something to lose, that means I prefer a woman like that, because then she ain't gonna be a liability. I don't want no.
See, this is what I don't like. Stop saying you don't care about our money, because you do care about our money. You care about our money if we make more than you. You care about our money if we say we don't want to work and we want to sit at home. You get upset because of that. So I'm saying don't say that. Say something different. Like, men don't like the phrase when a woman says X, Y, and Z. When she's on these dating shows, we women don't like to hear you say, I don't care about your money. Because when a man says that to me, that means he doesn't care about part of the core of me. And part of the core of me is what I do, which means I'm being dismissed. That's the way it comes across to me. I don't know. Maybe other women don't care about that thing, but I do. And he seems to be, everything else is going fairly well. That's not even a red flag. Everything sounds good so far. Why he look like Bow Wow?
No liabilities. Like, I'll teach you. I'm gonna
No.
teach you how to get some money. I'll teach you how to trade stocks. I'll teach you how to do something. Like, I preferably want a woman that I'm gonna try to set her up where she ain't gonna have to work no more, or I'm gonna give her some tools to figure out how to make her own money, because I don't want my woman answering to another man or another boss. So that's my angle with that.
Okay. Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay, let me see how I do this. Look, I swear, Kendra, I done seen your show. I did not think you was finna accept me today. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Look at doing that. All right. You going side to side. You don't got to do the jail profile.
You funny as hell.
Cal, should she be in Chicago?
Preferably, because I like to see my woman like out of sight, out of mind. I don't do long distance. Like, if you live out of town, we could figure out how we vibe over the phone, and then maybe fly you here for a date to see how it go, and then hopefully relocate you here.
Okay. What about because she say when a woman with no kids, right?
Preferably. Or if she got one, she better go above and beyond. Cause like, I'm being real, I'm just being honest. Like, a lot of women be having kids and they'd be like, I'm a package deal, you gotta accept me. But like, since you know you got a child, your value went down a little bit. I'm just saying with the dating market, how it goes. Like, so you probably should be doing
See, this is where you run off the rails with me. You run off the rails with me. Nobody lose value. I don't believe in value. I don't believe in that losing value because everybody's there in and of their own individual self. A man doesn't lose value when he has children, and I get it. Oh, we don't have to take care of a kid, so the kid can go with his mama. We can have more. I get all of that too. But I also believe in women having their own independent independence beyond the child. So you have to get along with her, regardless of her value. What's she gonna do? She gonna cook, clean, put her, get on her knees, and do all this other stuff? Double time? I'm confused about what she got to do extra. Please explain.
What do
Above
you
and
mean? Wait,
beyond.
hold on, we gotta see the light. You look kind of dark, so give me better light. There you go, right there. Okay. Yeah. Wait, what do you mean the value goes down?
Well, I'm saying like, cause women be like, they look good, and then they have a child, and still think they can request a man making over 100,000 and all this. But like, if you got a child already, that means your time is limited because you probably
No, I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. And I'd have one, two kids and ask for whatever they want. They ask for what they want. Why is it men can ask for what they want and then they say a woman can't? No, I don't want to. I don't believe in that double standard. People can ask for whatever they want, regardless. Regardless, that don't mean you're gonna get it, but you can ask for what you want.
probably working, and you got to take care of your child also. So that means you probably need to be doing more than a woman that got no kids to do to keep a good man around.
Okay. Because you're
Makes
saying if
sense,
you
don't
have
it?
a child, that means you're busy being a mother.
And so I'm saying, so you should understand that if you, I know you busy being a mother and having to work a job, that means you probably should do a little bit above and beyond if you want to
So
What is above and beyond? Kendra, I gotta ask this question. What is above and beyond? Please explain.
what's
keep your
above
man.
and beyond?
I ain't say above and beyond, but I guess like don't be making it seem like it's a privilege for me to take care of you and your kid.
Don't make it seem like it's a privilege that you taking care of me and my kid. Listen to what the fuck you just said. Yeah, I'm saying that to you. Don't make it seem as though you a privilege taking care of me and my kid. Mm.
That's where I be getting the energy from people on your show. They be like they feel like it's like I'm gonna be. It's a blessing for me to come and take care of you and your kid. Like I don't understand how they be having that energy. Like you should be happy that somebody willing to come and do that. So
She should be
that's
happy. Okay.
I should be motherfucking grateful. I should be down on my knees sucking wood all day long because you took care of me and my kids. Have you men lost your minds? This is where we part ways on this marriage thing. This is where we part ways on this relationship thing. I don't know. Is regular men saying this stuff? I get it. I do. But are you saying this thing? Is that winning you the support? Because I bet you if you in a relationship, I bet you ain't talking crazy then like that.
But
I'm just
overall you prefer women with no kids. Is that just the
of
preference?
course. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So the preference is women with no kids. But if you want to be with Carolyn, you have kids, you have to be a superwoman.
Not even that, just like be at least appreciative to know that like I'm cool accepting you with your child, like knowing that you already had another man, that your another man DNA is in
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. This is where y'all go off the rails. This is where we have the women walk in the room and say, is he mentally ill? What's wrong with him? You just stay away from women who don't have kids. Don't say I gotta be doing X, Y, and Z. Because I don't want to get into it. I'm gonna get on my hyena horse and people gonna be mad.
implanted on you already, and you still want me. I'm making no.
You see the talking points that we done had. You see that these talking points have been drilled into people's head, and this is the kind of shit you don't hear offline. You really don't hear this stuff offline. We hear it only online. I've never heard a man in all the men that I talked to throughout 2-3 years since I've been on the internet say any of this stuff. So what's going on?
Over 100K, and I'm gonna be providing for you and doing most likely I have to take care of your kid too. So like, I just don't like how they don't be feeling appreciative enough.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. How are we supposed to be feeling appreciative enough? What are we supposed to be doing? What are we supposed to be doing that's above and beyond? If we have children, what are we supposed to be doing that's above and beyond? I don't know. I don't know. What are we supposed to be doing that's above and beyond? Somebody gotta explain that to me. Hell yeah, I'm fucking triggered. It's one of them days. I'm triggered because I I'm triggered because this is a dumb talking point. A dumb talking point, and I ain't never heard no man outside of this YouTube say any of this weird shit. Never, 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 never.
So y'all ain't appreciative enough. That's what Cal said. Let's keep going, child. Now you know they going you. I know you ready for this. I don't think you care, but you gonna get it. When was your last relationship, Cal?
Kel gonna get it. I mean, he gonna get what he want, but he ain't gonna get no woman talk. He ain't gonna get no woman that's gonna agree with him to that. I, I, he ain't gonna get no woman that's gonna actually look at him and say, "Oh, did he say that? Oh, okay, I want to go over there." You crazy?
About a year ago.
Year ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
I don't need to be answering those questions. No, I was dating somebody about a month ago.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
What's 3 flaws I need to work on? Probably being more patient because I was single for 6 years before my last relationship. So like
Mm.
I can read people really well. So when I see bullshit, I cut it off real fast. Like I don't even entertain games. Like so, I probably need to be more patient to give people more of a chance to see their personality before I cut them off so fast. Um, I'm a little bit indecisive sometimes because I'm always trying to make the best decision. So probably need to be a little bit more less indecisive. And what else? What else? What else? I don't know the other flaws I got because I'm real self-observant. I'm self-aware, so I'm always trying to. I like when people criticize me. I take constructive criticism because I'm always trying to be a better person.
Okay.
See, here's the thing. You know how I know most of men be lying when it comes to this, all of this rhetoric. It's because y'all, even if she got all the things that you want, if she don't look good, you ain't gonna take her. That's the whole thing. And your first concern is what she looks like. So that's how I know. Because if the woman that you like and you want and you desire says, "Oh, you better not talk that woo woo to me," you're gonna take her anyway. So that's why I don't really take all of this right here seriously. Of course, he deserves a coffee date. He has his jacket is amazing. His jacket is good. He's 37, don't have no kids. He's fit. He seems like a nice person. Okay. He just has the talking points all fucked up. This is not what you say immediately on a date because you won't get a second date. Believe that. And I'm not saying it because I'm a hyena. I'm saying it because you have other women who are going to look at him and say, "Wait a minute, hold on. Everything is great except that fucked up statement you said." And I get it. He don't want to see. He don't want a mother with. That's just stick to. I don't want nobody who got kids. Don't say nothing about woman being appreciative because she got a kid. Don't say nothing about that. Other than that, he's great for a coffee date. Great. Hey, natural.
Hey, I had a question for you. I'm gonna hop down. I just had a one quick question.
Yeah.
I can't speak, of course, from a guy's perspective, but how come that conversation of it decreases a woman's value when she has children, but the
Mm,
same doesn't apply to when men have children? I only ask this because he's in my age range. We're both in Chicago. I
right.
know my market, so he is going to struggle finding what he's looking for,
Mhm.
but how does it not apply when, as a woman that doesn't have children, if the guy has children, she now has to deal with his
His baby
children
mom.
along
Mhm.
with the baby's mothers, which he
Mhm.
might only have one, but
Mhm.
it's not abnormal to say a guy has, one or two baby mamas, which, whatever. It's just intriguing to me how the thought process is women's value decreases as if we don't have to take on extra unnecessary baggage if we don't have children.
It's because they feel as though since the child lives with his baby mama, he really see the real truth is he doesn't really have to deal with that baby that lives with his baby mama. So he can ignore that baby mama of his, and he doesn't really have to deal with her on a everyday basis. That's why they think. That's why they say a man with children is not the same as a man with a man. That's not the same as a woman who has children. It's because he can ignore his children that live on the other side of town, and they don't have to come to me in his house, right? And I don't have to deal with his children. That's why they say that his value doesn't lower himself. And I don't understand why you would even think that, but that's what I think. I don't know. Maybe they got another thought. Black.
From my perspective, I can say that again, being in Chicago and his age, we're too close in age. He's gonna struggle finding a woman. I don't know what he wanted for his age range, but here in Chicago, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I hope he does find that, but it's gonna be a struggle.
Well,
And I think
it depends on the age range too. If he says 25 from 21 to 25, he might get lucky.
yeah,
But
yeah, it'll have to be lower for sure. He's
right.
definitely an attractive guy.
Yeah.
I was laughing at Erica's corner. I don't care what's under that hat. He could be bald, but
He look like
um
Bow Wow. Don't he look like an older version of Bow Wow almost?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's not bad looking. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just think it's so unfair because I mean, it's still baggage, whether if it's a guy or a woman, it's still baggage. I mean, as a woman, I don't want to have to deal with the mother of your children from your past
Right.
relationships.
Right.
Your time is still going to be tied up differently than mine. It's
Right.
still kind of it's, I don't know. It's unfortunate that it's so one-sided, but
Can
I
I
just
ask
have
you a
that
question
one
before you hop
question.
off? Natural. Can I ask you a quick question before you hop off?
I'm listening.
So this is the key about it. How many times have you went on a date? Like 50-50, 100%. How many times do you pay for a date when you go on one with a man?
You mean when I first meet a guy, or like have we been dating for a while?
Yes, when you first meet a man and you guys are in the dating or courting process, how many times do you pay for dinner and the movies or bowling or whatever the things that you do?
So when I am first getting to know a guy, especially that first initial interaction, I typically aim to pay for my own. Like even on the second date, if we choose to make it a second date, I've kind of referenced to this before. I like to make it fun because I do like doing competitive things. So like it may just be, if he wins the sport, then I have to pay. If I win the sport, then he has to pay. So I try
Hmm.
not to get caught up on who pays because I am open to paying for the date. I don't mind. If it's a dinner date, I don't mind going half. I'm not too picky on that stuff.
Okay, so do you think more women are like you or more women would want the man to actually pay?
Um, I've heard that guys are supposed to court women. I just don't realistically know to what extent because I'm okay going to Applebee's. I'm not trying to sound like cheap, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on the woman, really. But to me, a guy doesn't have to pay for everything. I think we can go half. I don't mind treating. I'm okay with that stuff. So I don't like to speak for other women. I don't think that's fair.
Oh, okay, that's great. And I understand it and I appreciate your candor and your honesty. But as a man, I'm going to tell you, I've only had two women ever, ever in my life pay for dinner, uh, pay for dinner or lunch. Ever, ever, twice in my entire life have I only had a woman ever pay for something for it. So it's something that not really, it just doesn't happen. Okay, it's not something, and I know that you have women like you and yourself. Oh, I pay for stuff. I buy stuff for my man. I'm telling you, as a man from the other side, when we deal with you guys as women, it does not happen. not nearly as much as somebody in you guys' position think. It just doesn't happen. I'm sorry.
Well, I won't
Mm,
lie, Black America. I mean, I'm not out here funding lifestyles and paying car notes and I'm not out here balling like that. But like I don't mind treating a guy to dinner or, doing a lunch date or whatnot. I mean, it really depends on the level of our relationship and kind of where we're at. But that first initial coffee date that HQ referenced to, yeah, I'm definitely paying for my own stuff because if I'm ready to get up out of there, I am I'm as quick as gone. So
That's
right.
cool. And all I'm saying is there are the amount of women that are like you is insignificant. It's like a needle in a haystack, but it's 10 haystacks and you're the only needle. That's how low of a percentage that you are in a woman as far as in that category, as far as you're willing to actually pay for something. Women are not paying for anything for the most part. Matter of fact, if you approach a woman and actually wants her to pay, you probably never talk to her again. And Applebee's, I
Oh,
like Applebee's too. I'm a cheap dad. I like Del Taco.
all
But
right.
the same thing, the
Amazing.
thing about it
Amazing.
is,
Amazing. Amazing the subject, but that's not the subject today. Thank you. Women not or not paying or paying is not the subject. We're talking about men paying, or we're talking
no,
about
well,
coffee.
well,
They
well,
pay or they don't
well,
pay.
she asked the question, and I don't like the way you say that men can't ignore their children. The thing is, you're
No,
right.
that's
Men
not what
don't
I
have
said.
to.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What I said was, no, she asked, why do men feel as though they get a pass when they have children, but women don't get a pass and they don't lose value? That's what she said. And I said
Right.
because then what the baby don't live with you. You don't have to deal with that baby at all. You can ignore that baby for months and deal with a new woman and deal with her kids on a day-to-day basis. That's why it doesn't matter whether men have kids or not. Why is it that it's why no, that's the question that needs to be explained. Why is it doesn't matter that you guys have kids? Why?
Because a woman does not financially, just like this young man said, and many men say, a woman does nothing financially for a man. Not for the most part. Like I said, I know you two ladies are different. You saying you would pay for dates and a brother would get more than socks and underwear for Christmas and holidays. What I'm telling you is most men, most women, we don't get that treatment. I no woman that I have ever been with, even I got kids
Yeah,
by
but
different women.
I mean, that's a whole nother subject. I'm asking
No,
strictly why
be,
men
be,
they have value when they have children, but women don't
because
have value.
you don't pay for my kids on any way, shape, or form. You don't help me with them. You don't take them to McDonald's. You don't pay for their football cleats or basketball shoes. You, as a woman, for the most part, in general, do not cover a man's children. So that's why.
Does that answer your question, natural?
yeah, he answered it. I was just giving like a different perspective from someone who kind of has been there and done it. And even though I agree with Black America, we don't contribute as much financially. But I've dated guys that have had children, and especially if it's serious, you do have to be involved in a
Hmm.
different way. Like I've had to have interactions with these men's previous baby mamas. That's not
Hmm.
a experience I enjoy. It's not something that I really want to be bothered with. To Black America's point, men are going to be more of the contributors financially. But as women, we do still have a part to play as it pertains to being present and showing up for that child. Because realistically, especially if they have a daughter, we do have to kind of step in when that biological mother is not present. So if that father has his daughter for the weekend or for the summer, if you and that guy are serious, you do play a significant role in that daughter's life, as far as being a positive role model, being a good influence on that daughter. I think it does play a part. It's just a different kind of a level that's not financial, but we do contribute to that child's life in one way. It's a
Thank
just a
you.
different way.
Right. Thank you. It doesn't have to be financial. We contribute to those children too, regardless of whether they're ours or yours. We do have to do that. Most women do. If you're a stepmom, if you're even have any kind of relationship with that child, when that child comes over to our house, most of us will care for that child just like any other child. We don't just ignore the child. That doesn't happen unless you're just absolutely a shitty ass person. But most women will help to take care of that child if that child comes to their house. So when you say we don't take care of anything or we don't contribute anything, I don't believe that at all. So that doesn't happen. Anyway, continue. We can
Try to be
continue.
a better person.
Go ahead.
And why would a woman be lucky to be with you? You better sell the hell out yourself right
Oh
now,
man,
child.
look, I'm attentive. I watch all these shows, so I know what women want. I know how to treat a person, a human being. Period. Like I'm very caring. Um, I like to laugh and joke. I'm rarely mad. I get mad at myself if I'm mad over 5 minutes. I don't know. Y'all probably gonna see my headline too. I know they gonna be looking. This boy got. I ain't hat fishing out here. Got a liner. I'm 37 with my liner still, but I'm a good guy. I'm attentive and like to laugh. And I'm a catch because I'm gonna teach you new things. I'm beneficial in so many ways. So yeah.
He's beneficial.
Am I teaching you anything? Am I teaching you anything? We both as human beings grow together. So we teaching each other everything. However you need to look at it. I think so.
In so many ways. So we got Cal Chicago, 37 Aquarius, repairs phones, trade stocks, no kids, prefers to be in Chicago, prefers women with no children. But if you do have children, he'll make an exception if you go above and beyond.
Not
Because you
above and
can't act
beyond,
like
but
it's a privilege. You
just
can't
be
act like it's a privilege
appreciative.
that he gonna be appreciative because he'll be taking care of you and your child.
Exactly.
How could okay? I'm gonna let you. Everyone's saying give a grace period with the app. You do have to download Kendra G singles. I'm gonna honor. I did say I'll keep reiterating.
He looked like he can do a coffee date. He seems like coffee. He seems okay. Everything is okay with him. He ain't come off misogynistic. He didn't call. Oh, I ain't on no bullshit today. I'm just not on your side today. That's the difference. Anyway, now I don't know. I got to figure out with that wrench thing, y'all. I got to figure out after this show. I got to figure out the wrench. He don't need no coaching. This dude right here can talk. He's expressing himself. He's articulate. He's doing all the things he needs to do. He's a good catch. You could say he can go out to dinner. You can go out to dinner with him. I mean, have a coffee, do all that good stuff. He's a good catch. And I say yes. Let's keep him on the pile. Here we go with our next candidate, though. Not all these candidates are good candidates, y'all.
Afternoon, good morning.
I love. What's your name, baby?
Demar.
Demar. Where you from, Demar?
I'm calling from Jamaica.
I'm going to Jamaica in the morning.
Joke, yeah, man.
Okay. How old
Yeah.
are you, Demar?
I'm 31.
31.
Yeah.
My man would have asked you to go to Applebee's.
What?
What? No, they asked me that someone said if your man asked you to go to Applebee's tonight, would you go? He wouldn't. So that's why I said I'm trying to figure out what I would say, but he wouldn't.
Yeah.
We're back to you, Demar. Demar, Jamaica, 31. What do you do for a living?
Well, I do my one thing. I'm a self-employed.
So what do you do
I
as
have,
a self-employed?
yeah, like I have vehicle on the road and I do struggle weed. We are Jamaican.
You said
I
again,
do my
man?
I also my weed on the side, but I have
You sell
couple
weed?
cars.
You can sell weed in Jamaica?
He lying, Tierney. I lost everybody's wrench. I didn't figure out how to get him back. I don't know how to do certain things. I got to figure out how to do those.
Yeah.
It's legal?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sell weed?
Yeah, and I have 3 taxi on the road.
You do taxi on the road?
Yeah, I
3
have
taxis.
mine on the road. Yeah.
Okay. You have any kids, Zamar?
No,
Okay.
I
What's your
don't find the
zodiac
lady
sign?
for that yet.
Say what?
I don't find the right lady for that yet. I don't want my kids to have any mom. Like I need someone decent and someone that's serious, not playing around.
Okay.
That's why I don't have any kids as yet.
Okay. So we got Jamar, Jamaica, 31, no kids, self-employed, also has 3 taxis. He doesn't have any kids because he's just not gonna give a seed to anybody. All right, Jamar, what kind of woman you looking for?
I'm looking for someone like loyal, can trust. We can make life together. She work, I work. We do things together. We do business. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it don't have to be. Can be Jamaica, same way America. Anyway, from long as I can get to see her because I can travel. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, what are your deal breakers?
Oh, women, let me listen to
Huh?
this. Watch
What are
this.
your deal breakers?
My deal, my what?
Deal breaker.
Things you don't like, what you will not accept.
Oh well, I don't upset like. Let me say that. Me not upset like lies, play around, mess around. I want you to be real person that I can trust. You know, stuff.
Man, how many, I got a question. How many women you actually think this man, how many women you think this man actually done dated in his lifetime? How many of y'all think he dated a lot of women during his lifetime? Because when I hear men say loyalty, trust, and all that stuff, how many women have you dated? Because I hear men say that the average man, not too many of y'all get too many dates. So I'm going to give you, he's 30, I'm going to give him like 2 women. So out of the 2 women or 3 women that he done dated, you mean to tell me all 2 of them women shitty? You ain't found one good woman out of 3 women, you found all bad women, and that means you fucked up picker. Okay? So if you a messed up picker, then you need to reevaluate how you picking women. If you only had 3 women in your lifetime, okay, I guarantee you this man ain't had no more than 3 women in his lifetime. So how y'all have such bad experiences with women and y'all average dudes don't get that many women? I'm confused about that. Because if I only had 2 women or 3 women in my lifetime, I wouldn't consider women just bad all the way off the bat. I mean, there's a world full of women. He probably ain't even had that many. I'm on bullshit today because I'm calling that kind of bullshit out. This person right here. Are you crazy? Poppy Blanco, are you crazy? Y'all hit the like button, hit the like button. I ain't seen nobody come up here and dispute what the fuck I said.
Stuff like that.
This right here, this dude right here, 2, 3 women max, unless he paying.
Okay, stuff like that. Okay, so she look a certain way.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't. It's so that way, but no disrespect. But I like ladies that thick, not mager, not fat, thick, or slim. You get what I'm saying?
You want a woman that's thick, not fat.
Not no disrespect, but overall I don't like fat lady.
You
I
don't like fat
lady-
ladies, okay?
Yeah, but I like thick lady or slim stuff like that.
Thick ladies or slim.
Yeah.
Okay. You like thick or slim.
Why would that be disrespect? It's what you want. It's what you're attracted to. That's all I'm saying. It's what you want. Don't tell me what you don't want. Tell me what you want. Right? That's what I'm saying.
Ladies.
Yeah, I like both, thick or slim.
Thick or
He like thick or slim. He like anything. So you like anything. You just don't like no big, you don't like no buffaloes. I got you.
slim. You like both.
Yeah.
Okay, you like okay. Should she make a certain amount of money?
Well, she not have to make certain amount of money, cause I don't watch money. I have my own money. I don't really
Okay,
watch
so
money.
let me ask you this: do you want a woman in Jamaica?
Just to tell you the truth, to tell you the God Almighty truth, I'm scared of Jamaican lady.
Why are you scared of Jamaican ladies?
Because remember, I born in Jamaica and I've been with Jamaican ladies. I push my all out. I do a lot for Jamaican ladies and I don't get back nothing. Like they end up being messed up, and they are lies. They lie a lot. If they love you, they don't, and you doing good for them, they don't want to lose you. So they're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to just do things, and you have to find out that's all they are.
I don't know what he's saying either, Kendra. He's talking crazy. They don't want to lose me, so then they start lying. So they start lying about what? What exactly are you talking about? What's going on with the dating market in Jamaica that he say, oh, they don't want to lose you, but they start lying? What does that mean? What's the instance in which they don't want to lose you, but they start lying? What is that about? I don't know. Y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the cash app or the super chat. Do all of those things, please,
You
and
get what
thank
I'm
you.
saying?
Bobby
Okay,
Blanco.
okay.
Yeah. So I don't really.
Hey, boo.
That's the reason why I'm like, oh, I have that.
I, I got some time now,
I don't
baby.
want
So let me ask you this question: where do you want a woman to be located?
What's wrong with the brother?
where
Wait a
I
minute.
want to be.
Wait a minute. Why was you disputing? Why was you disputing me when I said this dude right here only got maybe 2 or 3 bodies on his jacket?
Because Caribbean man gets a lot of pussy, girl. That's why.
They get a lot
They,
of.
did-
They get what?
Yo, they get a lot of pussy. Them guys get a lot of pussy in the islands, man. You never been in Jamaica, girl?
I haven't been to Jamaica. No.
Oh, girl. Come on, girl. You gotta enjoy life, baby. You gotta enjoy life. You gotta travel a little bit.
I do. I did travel. I do travel. I go to European countries though.
Oh hell no, girl. You see, that's where you went wrong. Why'd you
Girl,
go to the white countries, baby?
I don't know. I read about them when I was a kid, teenager, and those are the places that I wanted to go. That's all.
Which country, if you don't mind me to ask you?
Oh, England. I went to England. England was the last place I went to. Uh, that was
That's a
maybe 6 months ago, maybe.
Okay, okay. England is okay. I never been a fan of Europe like that. I need a lot. I need an island. I need water. You know what I mean?
Mm. See, and I'm afraid of islands, so I know I wouldn't go there.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like water like that. I don't like islands like that.
You don't want to
My
get your hair wet?
no, I don't like the things that crawl out of the waters. Things that crawl out of the water. I don't like things that crawl out of the water. I
Oh,
don't know.
come on, boy. Listen,
And
man. Listen.
my brain
You is
my brain is thinking weird shit.
your your ass is tall, slim,
Yeah.
girl. You outside, man, getting that sun on a tropical weather. That pretty skin of yours. You tripping, HQ. You really missed out, girl.
I ain't gonna be able to do
it's
it.
not
Mm.
well for her to be located
50
not far
bodies?
from Jamaica, America, Canada, or England.
Have you ever been to America?
One time.
One time. So can you live in America?
If I can live in America, yeah.
You have the paperwork?
Huh?
Do you have the paperwork to live in America?
If I have the paper, no, I don't have the paper to live in
So
America.
how can you
I
live in
visit.
America then?
I visit. I never live in America.
Right, but if you visit and you date a woman in America, how would y'all date if you can't live
Well,
there?
from long as she's serious, things will work out.
How would they
From
work
long
out?
as,
You got to get
well,
married?
yeah, it will reach that far. From long as she's serious, we will get married and stuff like that.
Okay.
Even if she don't want to leave America, she can come to Jamaica to live.
You come to Jamaica too, but you don't want a woman in Jamaica.
No,
No.
I'm scared of Jamaican lady. I'm telling you the truth from my heart.
Why is he scared of Jamaican lady, Papa?
I'm
Because
hungry.
bec-
What-
because Jamaican lady is neck to neck with a Black American woman.
Oh,
They
okay.
rough.
Oh, they just like. Oh, okay. They're saying. Oh,
I
basically
mean,
they're the same.
that's what they say. You know what I mean? There is no, for me, there is no difference. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
I'm telling you, like from the reviews that people say,
oh, okay,
I
okay,
get
okay.
along with girls just fine, girl.
You
Women
guys,
are. Do you say that women are the same everywhere you go?
Yeah, because it depends on the guy for the most part. Like if it ain't
Oh,
your match, you just leave him alone. You know what I mean?
right,
Like I don't complicate my life too much, baby. I enjoy being around pretty girls. You know what I mean? If it ain't for
mm-hmm.
me, it ain't for me, man. We keep it pushing. No big deal.
Yeah. Why is it that men don't look at it like you look at it? You look at it like it's the man. It's the man that has the opportunity to do what He just be around a woman that is on his program. He ain't got to deal with no other woman, and he don't even deal with it. Why they just don't think like you?
Girl, I would have to say it is probably a bunch of reasons. I don't know. Maybe they pressing too much.
Hmm.
They're probably pressing girls that don't like them back because the number one kid is you gotta get a girl that like you. See, when a girl like you, she's gonna make it extremely easy for you. Like
Right,
it's going to be effortless.
right,
Money
right,
tops and come around. You gotta do this because I always say this: HQ women only got standards for the niggas that they don't want.
right,
If it is the man that you want, you're breaking your rules.
right, right, right. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes perfectly good sense. That make perfectly good sense. And it ain't got and it's regardless of whether what is it? What is the contradiction that men think? Why men? Wait a minute. Why men don't accept that one little facts and that's it?
Because the thing is that y'all play a lot of games, excuse. So in order for a man to kind of like overtake that, you see what I'm saying? You gotta flip the game on you because
Mm,
HQ, listen, y'all just some slick bastards. That's what y'all are, right? Y'all full of
mm,
game until it's a nigga that play more games than you, and then
mm,
now you got your match.
mm,
Think about it. Why do you fall for your husband? Because
mm,
that nigga he make you move for the most part, right? He
right.
probably wasn't like he probably came there, dropped his nuts, and you actually like started like, hold on, man, this is the one right here. So I better tune up a little bit. You wasn't talking that shit like you be talking over every day over here.
Yeah, you got men in the audience that's saying that ain't true. What part of what he's saying ain't true? Black
That's fine.
manosphere. Black
That's fine.
manosphere.
People always
Black.
gonna disagree with the real baby. It's all good.
Mm. He said, Poppy Blanco, I have to disagree. This is a misleading generalization. He's saying. Hmm.
Everything's a general statement. Obviously, nothing is 100%. We know that.
Right, right, right. Yeah, you got it right. I believe it.
where I get hurt, I see my food and I can't eat it. That's how I
You
hurt,
see your food and you can't eat it,
and I'm hungry.
and you're hungry.
Yeah, that's how I hurt. I'm scared of Jamaican lady. I really do.
He's scared of Jamaican ladies. Okay, let's do the Kendrick cam. That's when you stand up and we see your full body.
Oh. Well, I don't know if
Okay.
you see me right now.
It's the weed man, 3 Jackson man. Okay,
Oh,
See me,
okay.
right?
Steve.
You see me, right?
Women only. I mean, American
Yeah,
women
woman only.
only because he's scared of y'all.
I don't deal with gays. I'm a gangster. Like I don't play gays game. Woman only. Ladies only.
Women only. Let's see your face. Okay. Damar, when was your last relationship? I can't hear you.
January.
January. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the
Mm.
last time you was intimate with someone?
Intimate with someone. like do stuff
Say what?
like what
Last
do stuff
Boy, you ain't crazy. You know what he mean. You know what she mean. Speak.
time you had sex.
like what do stuff right
Last
If you paying for coffee on the first date, you should get some. You should get some of what, Larry Jackson? You should get some of what?
time you put your thing
For
and you didn't
what
go
you talking
broke.
about, HQ?
No, I'm saying in the chat. This guy in the chat, he said, if I'm paying on the first date, I should get some. Get some of what?
And you see that's the wrong mentality right there.
Really?
That's when you lose right there. The
Mm,
one thing I learned HQ is the least you ask for that pussy, the more willing she's gonna give it to you.
mm,
You gotta play reverse psychology, man. What most guys gonna do?
mm.
Press for the pussy, right?
Right?
Or start,
Right.
or I don't even start talking about sex with a girl until she bring it up.
Oh,
You see what I'm
okay.
saying?
Right. Well, you up here because you up here because you one of the smoothest cats that I done heard talk on these panels. You one of the smoothest ones I done heard. So that's why your insight is very valuable. When you tell them y'all need to get outside and feel the grass. Because some of that stuff is just like I don't understand these talking points. And you the only one I done heard that actually had an approach to now I'm
Yeah,
not saying
because
everything,
I live
but
in
I'm
the
saying
real world, HQ. That's why I live
right,
in the real world, right? And yo, I believe you can say I took some L's too, man. You see what I'm saying? But my L's nothing crazy. You know what I mean? I don't got
right,
them horrific stories like that. I just enjoy life, and when you enjoy life and you have a girl right next to you, guess what? She gonna enjoy life with you too, man. Because it's all
correct,
mental. It's all
right,
mental. You see what I'm
right,
saying? Once the nigga get you mental, man, that pussy follows. That pussy follows, baby.
right. I just asked that question because I saw the question in the chat and I heard him say, if I'm taking you on a coffee date, I'm gonna get some. I'm like, what do you mean by you're gonna get some? What does that mean? I hope that don't mean what I think it means. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, like,
okay
and
well
that's when people get lost, man. With that whole, you shouldn't be focused so much on just because you're taking a woman out on a date. First of all, before you take her out, you should at least, okay, at least this is my rules. HQ, I meet you today, right? I met
Right,
you at Target, right? You
right.
attracted and you gave me your number. You probably like something about me. You like my darkness. You like my beautiful face. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? You see me with some sweatpants, so you see that print, right? So, right? Guess what,
Right,
HQ? I'm not going to start harassing you to taking you out tomorrow or today's Tuesday, right? Or Thursday. Oh,
right.
look, HQ, let me take you. No, because it's going to be awkward. You know what I'm going to do, HQ? Me and you're going to talk, right? We're going to
Mm-hmm.
talk. We're going to talk on the phone. And by the week, it's going to increase. The low is going to increase, right? I'm
Right,
not going to press play on you, HQ, until you and then the way it works is usually you're going to get curious about me, right? So
right,
because you are curious by nature. So I gotta know about this nigga. You see what I'm saying? You start
right.
liking me, whatever. Oh, I speak Spanish. You probably, oh my God, teach me Spanish, papi. You know what I mean? I use that to my advantage too, right?
Right,
I cook a little different, you know what I mean? I know how to cook. I can get you there too, right?
right,
So I don't want to take your ass out until you show interest you want to be around me. And female, that's what I'm saying. Females make it very easy. She going to be like, man, you playing? Why you haven't take me out? Just something along those lines. And at that point, I know now. I know that your ass is ready to go out because now I've been talking to you probably at that point. I've been talking to you probably for like a month, maybe a month and a half, give it or take.
mm-hmm.
You see, at least I know the basic about you. So at the time me and you are on our first date, it's not going to be awkward at all. You
Oh,
know the basic stuff about me. I
right,
know the basic stuff about you. We're gonna have a
Mm,
blast. We got those weird questions out the way. Oh, where you from? Oh, what you do? No, because we already been talking for a month or so. You see what I'm saying?
right,
That's the way I
right,
do it, and it works for me. I don't know if it works for the next man.
right, right. Hmm. Okay.
March.
March.
She just like me.
March. So you spent
Yeah, but
March. I would have thought it was last week with you.
Who full of shit, Black America? Oh Lord. Black America think you full of shit, Poppy Blanco.
that's why you said last week. To tell you the truth, I
Okay.
don't really, I don't really like run down that. I don't really want to have sex unless with someone that I don't love. You
Okay.
get me?
I got you. All right. 3 things we have to work on. 3 things we got to improve on.
Mm. Okay.
Huh?
3 things you have to improve on.
Approval, like with the person.
3 things you have to, yes.
Well, three things to approve on is yeah, shy guy, no, we don't really.
What?
Well, I don't. With that part, I have ambition. That's one, and just as I said, be real
And be real. Okay.
and be a
All right. We
person
got
that.
Demar in Jamaica, 31, no kids. Did the woman have kids already?
Huh?
Did the woman already have kids?
If she already well, one, not more than
Not
one.
more than one. She got not more than one kid. He's self-employed, has 3 taxis, and wants a woman in America or Canada. You know, I think that you just want a green card.
You better not come to the United States looking for a green card. You got the orange thug in the White House and throw your ass out.
You know what's crazy,
You
HQ?
heard me?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Jamaica is the number one destination place where a lot of women go to get their back blown out.
Mm.
Yo,
Because that's
you
where.
be yo. When I was laughing when I went to Jamaica when we went to Ocho Rios, and that's what I was
Mm-hmm.
we staying at, right? The
Mm-hmm.
guys at the bar, the guys that drive the little canoe, whatever. Then guys, yo, they would have me rolling, telling me stories how much pussy they were getting from all the tourist women, especially America coming through there.
Mm. Okay.
They go over there. Nick, that's how they primary Jamaica. They go to what's the other one? Trinidad too. They go over there to get their back blown out too. Single
Trinidad.
women or married women.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of first of all, a lot of them speak English. You
Yes.
gonna run into dark-skinned men. You're gonna run into
Yes.
all different types of color of men, but they all gonna be black. A lot of them gonna be black. So yeah, I can see
Yes.
that. I can see that. Yeah.
Yes, man. And the guy that tried to do the little excursions, he's usually
Uh-huh.
says a swole nigga. He's a swole dark ass nigga. That nigga
Mm-hmm.
got the best job in the island, man. He get brand new pussy every month, every week.
and
I'm dead ass.
he
You think
got
yo,
this dude
I'm dead
got
ass.
3 taxis. This dude got 3 taxis.
HQ, listen, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, that's why he mentioned American. That's because he got
Mm-hmm.
experience with those women, right? The guys
Okay.
that show you around, because they got some specific guy to do the excursions, to take
Mm-hmm.
you like to Bob Marley house and all these places. Then guys get pussy too because they're gonna be clean cut. You know what I mean? Like a little smart. They're gonna have a little bit conversation. So they're from the island. They got an accent. All that shit is a benefit for this guy, man, and that's why they get a lot of pussy. Especially
Mm-hmm.
women that is a little like a little seasoned lady,
Yeah.
35, 45 around those areas. They go over there to get their issue resolved in Jamaica, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can believe it. I can believe it. I haven't been there, so I can't say from personal
But
experience, but I'm assuming it's because they're all dark skinned and they're black and they speak English. I can only assume knows that, right?
and think about it. I don't know if you're familiar with. It's a show. I forget the name of that show. It's like a popular show. Um, 90 Days something. The name of the show is like 90 Days something. 90 Day Fiance.
The 90 Day
A
Fiance,
lot of
yeah.
Are you heard about it?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I never seen it though.
Okay, the whole show is about people. It's kind of like a Kendra G, but like all over the world, pretty much. People finding
Oh.
love. It's not like that, but it's like people finding love on the internet
Hmm.
from different places of the world. A lot of those people, you see plenty of women finding Negroes in Jamaica and then bringing them up over here, fucking them, bringing them back over here. They fall in love.
Mm. Okay. 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 Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button.
She just want a green card
No, why you said that?
because you
Yeah, go
only
go.
want a woman in America and not in Jamaica.
No, I not really said about green card. I not really said about green card. Just as I said, she can come to Jamaica to live. That's no
He's coming to
problem.
Jamaica to live, so he's like, he just wants to. So you want the American woman mindset.
Yeah.
You know, that's interesting because American men, they want women of other countries. So it's interesting that the men in America, they call passport bros. They want women where you're located, and men outside of this country want the women of America. How come I don't want what they have?
Oh, comes what?
It's just interesting to me that men in America, we call them passport bros. They're always talking about women in other countries that they want to date. And then I get men in other countries who only want women in America.
Well, there's just as well with me, one of the ladies in America, I never been with a ladies in America like that. You get what I'm saying? Or in other country. So I want to try to see if things will work out more better. You get what I'm saying?
You want to see if things work out more better. All right, Jamar. Well, are you one of the Kendra G singles dating?
Kendra, take that wig off. Y'all stop hating on Kendra. Kendra doing her thing. Y'all stop hating on Kendra. He looked like he'd be a coffee date. He doing okay. He looks like he can do a coffee date. Most black men don't go to Jamaica. They go to DR. They go there.
There you go. That's true.
Yeah. They go to DR. They go to the other places. They definitely don't hit Jamaica. They go to Jamaica, yeah, but they don't go as much as the regular what is it? Passport bros. They don't just go there.
Yeah, but
You know.
that HQ, that's like the passport, bro, man. That's a small
You say what?
passport, bro. That's a small group of men traveling around. It's not like a large numbers that is getting on them planes like that, yo. I travel around all the time. I ain't see too many niggas in them planes like that, yo.
Oh, you don't see too many niggas on planes?
Nah, man. Shit, I been like, especially I've been in Canada. You see what I'm saying? I've been in Mexico, of course. Like me and
It
my
seems a lot of men. There'd be a lot of traveling. You don't think it's a lot of traveling, do you? Not like that.
nah, not like that. They are some of that traveling, but not like that, man. Not like
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 that.
listen. I was born in Colombia, raised in New York, right? When I go to Colombia every year because I got a very small family over there. Most of my family here. My family is huge, right? I got my grandpa over there, so I got to go see my old man over there like every summer, and bring my
Mm-hmm.
kids and everybody. We go over there to the family reunion, whatever, right? There ain't that many. These are people going over there, but it's not like that, yo. I don't see those numbers. I think the like they brand because it sounds like a brand. It's kind of like a bigger. It's way more bigger than the actual people.
Okay, you went out the door. It's 29 people in here, 27 people in here. Y'all supposed to be hitting the like button. We need likes and shares and all that good stuff. It would be great for the super chats. It'd be great for the chats. I see ain't nobody giving it up. Ain't nobody giving it up. But we hear in that chat. I don't see any of that. Where's the likes? Where's the shares? Where's all that good stuff, y'all? Here's our next guy. Here's our next guy.
Like a vending machine next to you?
No, I'm in the den of
Oh, you
my
in the dead.
yeah.
What's
My,
the snacks? Is it
huh?
nosy? Was that snacks?
No, that's just like some like knickknacks and stuff. Knickknacks and stuff from my grandma stuff.
Oh, okay. What's your
Yeah,
name? Your name Tyshawn?
Y'all hit that like button. Do what you got to do. I'm going right in a row, so y'all hit that like button.
yeah. My name's Tashawn.
Tyshawn, where you calling me from, love?
Camden,
Where's
South
the
Carolina.
game?
South
How
Carolina.
old
How
are you?
old are you?
36.
Okay.
36. What you do for a living?
I was working with Amazon for 8 years, but due to a situation that happened, I was trying to get back to Amazon here in South Carolina, but something happened. HR couldn't accommodate me. So right now, I can truly say I'm looking for a job, and I'm hoping I can get a job soon because I really need to get back on my feet.
Project Leroy Teshawn don't do nothing for HQ. That's your speed. Your speed. Not mine.
Because Amazon was pretty good to me for about 8 years. When I left, I was actually a tier 3. I was a ship clerk, so I was really starting to get into my maturation because I was hoping to be in operations in Amazon.
He don't have no disability. He don't have no disability. This is regular, normal, everyday, average men. That's all. He don't have no disability. He's a beta male. He's just one of them. And I'm just saying, there's plenty of beta males rolling around on planet. There's plenty of them be online. Being black is not a disability. I didn't say that. I just said he doesn't have a disability. He know what he talking about.
For a long, long time. So I really love Amazon, and hopefully, God willing, hopefully I can get back so I can actually restart my maturation with Amazon. So right now, I'm just hoping that I can get Amazon back soon so I can get back on my grind because I really love Amazon, and that's actually where I saw myself for the rest of my life and to retire there.
Okay. Well, a couple things. I'm not sure if you want to share, but we're all intrigued on what happened.
So, and this is just me because, last year, actually, before this all kicked off, I was I was going through cancer. I recently, from February to about August, I was a cancer patient. I had stage 4 Hodgkin lymphoma. I praise God, actually, next week, sometime in the next week, I will be, this week will be 1 year of me being not only cancer free, but remission free. So praise God for that.
Praise God for that.
So I was living, and I'm all about being honesty, transparency. Right. I was living with a young lady that was my best friend, but due to the fact that I was being manipulated, I decided that I had to leave because I was in Georgia, where I was at the time. I decided to, finally get up the courage and say, okay, I got to leave because this isn't working out. And unfortunately, the team I was with, I really got in a good rapport with them. They were my team. They were my family. Mm-hmm. They helped me out, and we were destined to do big things in our facility and also in the network. But due to the fact I had to leave, it was very, very bad on that part. I was, I really didn't want to leave, but I had to because I had no place to go.
How is he impaired? How is he impaired? He doesn't seem to be saying anything off except he likes to work at Amazon. He's just super shy. That's the way I looked at it. He was very shy. Poppy?
This guy he said he was working at Amazon doing what, like a deliveries?
Yeah, well, making the boxes, that kind of thing, I'm assuming.
I don't know, man. I got to hear some more from this man. He don't sound confident. He sound very shaky. Women can spot that out.
But see, here's the thing. If we listen to the way he talk better than some of these mumble mouths that we got, and I get it. Sometimes he talks better than them, but he's he lacks confidence, I guess. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
So I had to
he makes boxes, I guess.
Unfortunately, return back to my grandmother's house, which I am right now. So yes, ladies, I do stay with my grandmother, but I do have aspirations of finding my own place when I do get a job.
Hold on, time out. Did he say did he say stay with his mama house? Can you rewind that 20 seconds?
He stayed with his grandma. He stayed with his grandma. Yeah. He
I'm
lost
not
the
gonna
place. He lost
I'm not
the
gonna
place.
say I'm not going to say that's a red flag because still we have to know what is the reason he with grandma. And
Oh, he
grandma, that
lost his
means she.
job.
Oh,
He lost his job, and
yeah,
he got.
but no, I still gotta hear some more HQ because he might be the one that pay the bills at grandma house. People do that. I know people that do that actually
Oh, okay, okay. I see what you're
because
saying. Okay.
grandma. You see what I'm saying? Like they got a super small family, and he doesn't want to put his grandma in the old people home. I wouldn't put none of my family members in no damn old people home, man. They come and stay with me.
Oh, okay, okay.
running. So at the end of the day, that's why I'm currently with my grandma's house. So I'm just like, I wish I could have left sooner, but it's it was no. I should have left sooner, and I should have just you know got out when I was supposed to. But when I did, my team cost it. My team lost me, and they really didn't want me to stay. They really want me to stay, but I had no place to stay. I was actually living in a hotel and
Oh,
driving
never mind
from
HQ.
South Carolina all the way to Georgia for about.
What you heard? What he said?
Yeah, yeah. He's staying with grandma because he needs to. I was
Yeah,
giving him the
yeah,
benefit of the doubt.
yeah.
Almost a better part of a month every Wednesday morning driving and staying in a hotel and then returning back to South Carolina and doing that all up until May 18th of
So let
this
me ask
year.
you a question. So
Why isn't he a beta? He seems he is normal. He's just a beta normal. Okay. He's just
I
a
think
beta
because
normal.
for why he said, did he say that he got cancer?
Yeah, he had cancer. Yeah,
That probably took
yeah.
a lot of him. But I get what you're saying. Like he doesn't have no confidence. He just a little bit too soft, man. Like these girls were wrong. And he living a grandma.
Right.
Women will mess with him, not with him, but like women will mess with a nigga that live at his grandma's house, but that nigga's a dog. That nigga
Mm,
talk with aggression. I know a bunch of broke ass niggas that run laps in a lot of women. I know
mm,
yeah, and that's why I don't believe men or women on the internet because they both lying equally, right? I think women lie more
mm,
than men.
mm. Yeah, you got
Still men that
you
got nothing. Can you hear me?
mm, yeah, yeah,
Can
you
you hear me?
bored out. You bored out. You bored
How
out.
about
Can you hear me?
now? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. How about now? Do I still sound bad or good?
No, you don't sound bad, but you can't hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, baby.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, I'm saying he seems like he's tapped out with his health, tapped out with his money. He's staying with his grandma to get his money up. So that's what he's doing, staying with his grandma to get his money up because he lost his apartment. So
He said he was living at a hotel, so he's haven't been doing good
yeah,
for a while because
he was living in a
it's a
hotel.
steps to that HQ. You lose your
He was
apartment,
living
then
in
you
a
go
hotel
to.
first. Wait a minute.
Go
He was
ahead, baby.
living in a
Sorry, I'm
hotel
sorry.
first. Wait a minute. He was living in a hotel, but he was living in a hotel. He lived in another state. So he would drive to a hotel, live in a hotel, and work at in that other state. And then he would go home for the weekend. He lived in a hotel while he worked at another state. That's what he did. Right.
Oh, okay,
And then,
stand corrected.
that's what happened. And so he got sick and then he got scammed. So
so a couple things. You left Amazon because you had to move to a different state.
Yeah, I had to move. I had to move back because I removed myself from who I was staying with, which was a female. So
Okay.
which was my best friend at the time.
So it wasn't a romantic relationship. It was like
No,
a
it was
roommate.
not. It was not a romantic relationship at all.
So another question is, I mean, I don't know how much Amazon was paying you, but they weren't paying you enough for you to get your
That,
own apartment.
well, that's the thing. I'm not gonna lie there either. My credit was pretty bad at the time, so I couldn't do any. So there was nothing I could do. I mean, the only thing that I probably would have done was if I really want to stay in Amazon in Georgia was probably get out of my car. But due to the fact that my family really didn't want me to be in that manner. And my mom, they tried to do something too. They tried to get a house there, but they were not successful.
Does
So
this
he
guy
was
like
able
women?
to live in my car.
You said what?
Do you think this man is looking for women?
Yeah, he's looking for women. He said a woman.
Oh no, this man sound kind of suspect, man. I ain't gonna hold you, girl. He
He's a
sound kind
beta,
of suspect.
beta man. He's a beta male. Y'all hit the
Me
like button.
personally, HQ, I don't. I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He's looking for. He's a beta male.
Or
Me
it was either
personally, I don't
one of my
think. I don't think.
and that was to basically live
That's
in
what
my
he said.
car.
He said he's looking for a female.
I don't think this man is on the mental capacity or space to be looking for no goddamn girl right now. Man, he need to get his feet under him. Need to get a little car. He need to put a little couple dollar on his back. It's not for no female, but just for you know what I mean, for himself to get back up. You know what I mean?
That's what we going. Okay, that's what from here on out. I like that word machine. Zestopian. He from Zestopia. He from Zestopia, and he's a Zestopian. Okay, that's the new word we gonna use for instead of saying he from the LGBTQ community, we gonna call them the Zestopians.
And just and
HQ, how much?
Yeah.
HQ, how much you wanna bet that when I think Kendrick G be receiving those like a paid super chat so they can ask him questions. How much you wanna bet they're gonna ask that question? Hey, you like females? I'm willing to put money in there.
Mhm.
It's
He
coming.
said he said he like women, so we ain't trying to mess with him. He said he do, although maybe he, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure him out. That's
get
all.
out, but that my family, they're pretty much they was like, no, we can't let you do that. So I decided to return back home to South Carolina and was hoping to be with the Amazon here in South Carolina, but like I said, HR pretty much fumbled the ball there. So pretty much I had to, unfortunately resign.
Okay, let me jump in. Again, congratulations on
I
being
know
a
you
year
testing
wife.
out. I know you testing out what you testing out. That's what. Do you want me not to pull you up, or do you want me to keep pulling you up? You can't hear me. Okay.
Um, just being, I want to be very empathetic to your current position. But do you feel like this is a time for you to start focus on dating again, or should you focus on maybe getting your next job?
I to be honest with you, I really just wanted to. I've seen your lives, and I've seen your many videos on Facebook and stuff like that. And I was like, I worked up the courage, but I was like, you know what, I I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I've always just I've always had a mindset to just put myself out there and see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I I'm always I'm a hopeless romantic, so it's just like I'm always
He's a normal guy. He's just he's just nervous. He's a normal guy. That's all. He's just nervous.
just looking for that. I'm always just continuing to put myself out there because you never know, and I know the many women that's probably just looking at this now. They're probably like, okay, I might not want to get into a possible get a connection with a guy that doesn't have a job right now, but I'm a go-getter. I'm a grinder. I mean, all my life, I've always had the short end of the stick, and I've always had to fight for everything. So this is no different. So, I mean,
yeah.
If I
All right, okay, because we got okay, I hear you. So you want to proceed? Just one last question on this. I know you're currently not working. Can you afford to take a woman out on a date right now?
Like I'm just
I
gonna be
told you.
honest. No, I cannot
I
right
told
now.
you.
And I'm gonna be all so Kendra. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna cut the chase. I'm just gonna be all the way honest and transparent because that's the only way I know how. No, right now I can't. So they're probably gonna, take some more off the list. So
Excuse, stop it right
but
there.
I know if
What?
in time.
You got to give me my flowers. You got to give me my flowers. Didn't I tell you that before she even said it?
That what?
I told, I told you this man is not in position to be taking no women out right now.
Now
Say that.
you know and I know sex is gonna drive every person on this planet, regardless of whether they got money or not. So I
You
didn't exclude him because most people get on here being driven by sex. He ain't no different.
you
He
you
want to get
right, HQ. You right, but the thing is, no woman gonna reach out to this nigga because he don't got that dog in him. You don't got that dog. You can be broke, but you cannot be a cornball on top of that.
so do you think
Women don't like corny niggas, yo. They just don't.
you don't think there's dominant women who might take him?
No, absolutely not.
You say absolutely not.
Yes,
Absolutely not.
but right now, no. So yeah.
Well, listen, again, I'm going to keep reiterating. I do want to be very sympathetic to your position. Something I always talk about sometimes there's single seasons, right? And single seasons is when you decide to not date because all the energy is going into getting things that you have to get handled together. One thing I know for sure is you love working for Amazon. So listen, let me put this out there. You are in South Carolina. Anybody watching that works for Amazon in South Carolina,
Okay.
be a community and help them out. One more time, what is the IG?
Fine. If it does, okay. But
Okay,
I
what
just
we
want
got
to
to
keep
do
going.
is I gotta jump in because I can't.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
about to
yeah.
start,
Let's
so
go.
you gotta let me move in with it. All right.
Yeah.
So Tyshawn, South Carolina, 36, unemployed. Do you have any kids?
No, no kids.
No kids. What's your zodiac sign?
Leo.
All right. What kind of woman are you looking for, sweetheart?
What kind of woman?
I am looking for a woman that's basically gonna be down for me. That's basically I do deem myself as a beta male, which means I pretty much I
Oh
can be
Jesus
subdued at
Christ.
times.
Oh my god, fucking guy. I can't believe this shit, yo. Yo, HQ, you watched this shit before, didn't you? You cheater.
No, you out of all the people that could be on the panel, listen to the man, listen to the man. Okay? Y'all keep saying there's no men out here like this. There's men out here like this. There's men out here like that want to be the beta male. That's it. There's nothing wrong with him except he's too much of a beta male. Hold on. He calls himself a beta, yes.
and show up at times, but if there's any alpha women out there that's looking for a beta male like myself, then that's going to basically take the lead. That's fine. I know it's probably really crazy what I'm saying right about now, and I'm probably people in the comments will be like, "What is this man talking about?" But I'm gonna live in my truth, and I know exactly who I am. So yeah, so the masculine energy is there. It's just like it's more laid back. It's more. It comes out when it's supposed to. It comes out when it needs to come out.
Okay. I think you're the first man on record
Poppy.
Yeah, this is sad. This is sad, yo. This is sad, man.
What's wrong with him?
I meant to kind of. This is a man with his self esteem is shattered. Like, come on, HQ, man. What?
I'm
Yo, he
asking
was
you as a man. I'm
HQ.
asking you. What's wrong with him?
Women like to be with a guy that dominates them. Okay? You would never admit this out loud, but you want your man to control you. And I'm not talking about this crazy control, like, you know what I'm saying? But yes, to tell you what to do. You're a woman, he's a man. So because he make you feel like you're the woman, he's a man, he's supposed to tell you what to do, he's supposed to teach you stuff. That's how you know you with a man, right? Because you want somebody that is superior. A man is superior than you. He's gonna teach you more than you teach him. He's supposed to do that. That's what it's a little supposed to do. Last time I checked.
Right.
What can a woman learn from a quote unquote beta man?
I don't know. We finna find out. Y'all hit the like button coming in. Please hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Those are facts. But listen to the
That
man.
has said he's a beta male. Okay. Um, so you open to it. So you would rather a take charge woman.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Basically, um, just basically be open and be no lying to me, no no manipulation whatsoever. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't want a woman, you don't want a skinny girl.
And if it happens that way, yeah, but that's big girls in my person. But if she's skinny and know how to, and she knows if she can get and she can capture my attention, yeah. But preferably big girls.
Preferably big girls. Okay. What about
Girls
Oh
popping.
my God. Jeez, yo, this man is. You know what he missing, HQ?
What?
If this man was rich, he would be a easy lick, boy. Woo, he would be a easy lick if this man has some, not necessarily rich, but if he has some sort of money.
He likes big girls. So I mean, look, he's a small man. He likes big girls. There's nothing wrong with that. Look, he that's his thing. That's his thing.
money? Should she make a certain amount of money?
Yeah, definitely. Like if she know how to hold her own, if she got,
Hold on, let's move along.
I let my family and the one and I know about Kendra Kim and I know the three things I got to work on is I'm gonna just say it right now. The one thing I really had to work on is living my own life and living in my truth because a lot of times I let other people, control my life and do me and they understand and they try to put me in a box. But a lot of times when I'm strong enough to do so, it's tough as nails. But when I don't, people control my life. And that's when I usually mess up. So
Tyshawn, I gotta jump in because I'm a little confused. When did you meet the woman of your last relationship?
I met her on Facebook.
When did you meet her? I said, honey.
I met her in March of last year, March 2023.
Okay, how many times did y'all meet in person?
Okay.
We never met at all. It was a long distance relationship.
So
We never met at all. It
so
was a
your
long
last
distance relationship.
relationship. Okay, hold on. So your last relationship was with a woman you actually never met in person?
Yeah, we did a lot of we did a lot of video calls. We did a lot of, we kept in contact. We definitely tried,
Right.
but we definitely tried to meet up, but a lot of times things got in the way.
That's a coin phrase.
So he ain't never met the woman that he got involved with or was in a romantic relationship with. He was just doing it online.
So this was like one of those how you call that catfish situation. You remember that show?
Yeah.
I never understood that. I don't know. I never did the whole online dating.
This
Never.
is wild. I mean, this whole thing is crazy right here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Ask this question directly, and I
Yeah.
hope it's not offensive.
Nope.
Do you date men as well, or are you open to
No, I
dating
do
men?
not. I don't date men. I do not.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's no men,
No
but
men.
you were
I
once
told you they was
okay.
gonna ask him,
Well, no
HQ. I
men. We got
told you.
that
You don't date
clear.
men. He
But you
he
are
likes women.
into, I guess, I don't even know.
I told you they was gonna ask him though.
Basically dominatrix, pretty much. Like the woman to be dominant. Yeah. So
Oh
Okay,
a
so
my
lot.
listen,
God.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not into a lot of kinky shit, so help me
I
understand. So
I
I'm gonna ask a question. I'm gonna ask a question,
okay.
and forgive
He said he
me if
like to be
I'm not
dominated.
thinking of the right thing. When you said penetrate, the thing that came,
Meaning
hold on,
meaning she
Tyshawn, let me just ask it, and then you can answer.
Listen, Papa.
Or you can just explain it. Go ahead.
basically she uses a strap. Basically she would either use a dildo or she can have a strap on, pretty much.
Oh my
So
God.
so she's yeah. So I'm getting, you know,
This is sad.
I'm basically she's pegging me or she's. I mean, I'm
Oh
just
my
say it,
God.
she's fucking me an ass. So pretty much, yeah. I know it's a lot. So I mean, it's up to you. Cause I mean, I get the same type of gesture all the time. Cause they be like, what is he talking about? So I mean, like I said, I'm transparent now. So I don't
He said he likes to be penetrated.
I mean, are you surprised? I mean, you already watched this, so you play me, man. But I call it out. I called it out before you even. You can tell.
He don't like
You
to
can
be
just tell.
penetrated by men. He like to be penetrated by women.
But it's the same thing, HQ. And I cannot really talk like I'm supposed to talk because I'm at the DMV right now. I cannot give you I cannot give you my reviews.
Wait a minute, you said it's the same thing. What do you mean?
It is the same thing.
It don't
This
matter
man
whether
is
it's a
a
man or woman.
yes. I told you I'm at the DMV, girl. I gotta be nice.
Okay. Wow. He likes to be. Wow. Mm-mm. Okay.
I don't know any other way.
You
So
don't know any other
I
way.
guess
And not trying to make you anything that you believe that you're not.
yeah.
You don't think that, and you have no sexual attraction or desires for men.
No, I do not.
Okay. All right. So that's the last time I'll ask that. Okay. You are the first. When you said the first, I didn't think, I was like, God, I done had a couple people, but no, this right here, 4 years of me hosting the show, never have I had a guest
Get on here and say they like penetrated by other men. No, he likes to be penetrated by women. Wait a minute. Let's not pretend like we ain't ran across men on Kendra G show who like that. There's men on Kendra G show who like that. He ain't the only one. He's just the first one to say he likes to be penetrated by other men. I mean other women. This is wild. I ain't never heard it,
into
but he said he's the first one to admit it out loud. I ain't even finna sit here. Out of the hundreds of men that been on Kendra G, you mean to tell me you think he the only one that like that?
Yes, absolutely yes. Because I'll tell you why. Because
Why?
most guy are straight. That's why, girl. Most
Most
men
men are
on
straight.
planet Earth. Yes.
What about the ones that ain't? Wait a minute. This is a
That's
fetish.
a super small group, yo. This is look at what we're reacting, right? This is a small group that we're talking about here. Extremely small.
Mm,
HQ, we live in a country with 350 million people. Bro.
right, right.
Most men on planet Earth want to be straight. You know that, and I know that. Come on now. You live a whole lot of life.
He is not alone. More research is needed.
Yeah. Of
More
course, no,
research
but
is needed.
it's a small group. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Super small.
Mm, a super small group.
Yes. What is the numbers? Like 4 or 5%, something like that.
And he not gay.
He is.
Mm.
He is.
I'm not saying any. I'm saying the percentage wise, there's got to be more than just him on here that like that.
Mm.
If
I
sheer
mean,
numbers, I take sheer numbers. There's got to be more than just him on here to do that. That's all I'm saying. I
i-
ain't saying no more.
i- if we go, I like to use math, right? According to the number, the statistics, they say that population is what, like 4 or 5%. So the numbers go like this: is like for every 100
Right.
people, four of them going to be that way. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's how it
Hmm.
is. That's
Wow.
the math.
Project Leroy, why you over here? Why you over here talking reckless? Why you over here talking reckless? Don't be a hater. Just because I look good to you, don't be mad. Don't be mad. I don't like submissive men. Never said I did. Don't be mad. Please stop. This our next guy.
hello?
Hey, how you doing?
You in the water?
I see you, bro. I see you. Stop it.
Yeah,
Okay. You
I
want
was.
to do this while you're in the water?
Yeah,
I can step out if you need me to. I wasn't expecting to even be like I wasn't expecting you to even answer, to be honest.
But you pushed the request to be here.
I know, but you know, he had thousands of people, so you know the possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what's your name?
My name's Trevay.
Trevay?
Yeah.
Trevay, where you calling me from?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Do you have any kids?
I have one.
How old's your child?
I'm 9.
9.
Yeah.
Have you ever been married?
Nah, I ain't never been married.
Never married. Do you have any? Oh, you have kids. What do you do for a living, Trevay?
I'm a power plant operator.
You're a power plant operator?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're Austin, Texas. Oh,
Right.
how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini. So we got Trevay, 28, Gemini. He's a power plant operator in Austin, Texas. One child, that's 9. Never married. Currently calling us from the pool. What kind of woman you looking for?
Somebody like outgoing, fun, and you know, ready to settle down. You know, it's not too much.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
I would say somebody with no goals. You know, that would be my deal breaker.
Oh, no goals is your deal breakers. Okay. What about looks? Should she look a certain way?
Right.
Yeah, I like black women. You know what I'm saying? I don't date outside my race. So.
Okay. What about money? Should she make a certain amount of money?
Right.
It depends on her situation. Like, I would say yeah, because I'm kind of stable in life. I would say, you know, but I can improve. But you know, I live a pretty decent life, so I'll say around like 60K or above.
She got to make 60K or above. Could she have kids?
At least he keeping it 100. He ain't bad. I mean, share the screen, share the stream, please, and thank you very much to get that out. Like button, please. Hit the like button, please. Thank you very much. I mean, he don't sound bad so far. Ain't nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Sound like a
ain't
good
nothing wrong with
candidate.
him. He's 31. He's young. But he's looking for, and he ain't asking for nothing crazy. That's the whole point. Don't ask for nothing crazy. When you get on Kendra G, don't ask for the most outrageous shit, and then you narrow all the women down to you ain't getting what you really want. You make the
Do you
choice.
believe?
You narrow it down.
Do you believe that a lot of people go to those shows to looking for clout, like Instagram followers,
No,
popularity, viral
mm-mm.
money? I
I
think they
think
do.
people are so lonely that they doing whatever they can to find somebody.
Okay, do you
That's
believe on
what I think.
that Pat the Balloon show?
Yeah. What about the pop the balloon? I'm sorry. What?
Most of those girls look, they are pretty. They don't need to look. You see what I'm saying? They looking for clout, most of them.
Yeah, but that's pop the balloon. But on Kendra G, that most of these people who get on here are actually looking for somebody.
I
They
doubt that.
actually looking for somebody.
I
Because
don't know.
otherwise
Well,
they'd be
okay,
doing
what
something else.
percentage? Give me a percentage.
I'd say the people that get on here who are actually looking for somebody, I'd say about 90%.
That's too high, girl. Nah,
What do you
let's keep
mean?
watching.
What do you mean? I've never seen anybody look for clout. Too many people that are looking for clout. Not most of these people are looking for somebody to love them.
Ninety
Most people
percent
are.
is a huge
Yeah.
number.
Right. Right.
I don't see it.
Clout means to be seen, y'all. But to be seen, just to be seen. You ain't doing no clout. How you doing something for clout? How you
Easy,
doing
but
something
you
for
get
clout and you don't want nobody
you
to know who
get
you are?
you get in front of the show, right? Which 40, 50, 70, 100,000 people want to watch it. Then you're gonna get a
Right.
bunch of DNs, right? You're gonna get a bunch of DNs, and then a lot of guys going to go ahead and send cash apps and PayPals and sell transfers. That's what you get. Yo, it's been yo. I could have sworn last
Kids?
week it was a girl
Right.
saying that a couple of guys sent her some cash apps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People, that's what they do.
I don't know. I don't believe that. I believe most people are looking for love. Some people, look, that sex drive drives people out of their fucking cave every time. That'll drive a person wild when they ain't been touched in a long time. I just believe that.
I could do one.
Yeah, JP is a clout chaser. Of course he is.
Do one.
Do 1 kid. Okay. All right, Trevette.
Hit the like button coming in or out. Hit the like button. That's what we need. Like, shares,
I
and all
was
that good. Come on.
I was
Hey,
thinking
I
about
see
going
that
too.
Kendrick can.
What? Going where?
To I
You
told you I
did.
got invited to. Yeah, I was thinking about going. I was thinking about going there.
Pop the balloon. You mean pop the balloon? Y'all hit them like buttons. Like. Well, go on there. We love to see you. Go ahead.
All right, I'm a,
Oh, yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah,
trying to go
y'all go
viral
first.
if I go there.
all right,
Or
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
get
try
on.
to go viral? Then you
Okay.
need to
Oh, I
put. You need
will.
to do it strategically. If you gonna get on there, you need to be doing it very strategically. You need to be
I am.
asking some crazy questions. Yeah, because you need to be able to stand out and go viral. No, I mean sex drive. Every human being, most human beings have a sex drive. And when you don't have sex drive, when you don't have sex, that drives you out of doing something. That drives you into the light. A lot of people live in the dark. They live in caves. Go home,
Yeah,
work, school. They go home, work, school. They don't even be seen. So most people want to get
but
on here, be seen, and get some sexual access.
the thing,
All right.
HQ,
So,
Yeah,
the thing with the shows, right? You're gonna have 100,000 views, right? So
right.
what you do is, if you got a business or two, that's the perfect way for you to plug in your business. That's the only reason that I will even think about doing it. I don't want no attention like that. I get plenty of girls in my real life. You see what
Right,
I'm saying?
right.
But for business, ooh, girl, it
Yeah, but
would be it would be over.
you think there's a so you wouldn't go on there unless it was to get attention for your business and blase, right?
Yeah, for my channel,
Okay.
you see what I'm saying?
How many people are like you, Poppy Blanca?
Jay Prince did it. Jay Prince was there a couple of times,
I'm
but he
saying
didn't capitalize.
what percentage of people are like you?
Uh, a
Not
few,
too
I don't know.
many. Not too
Yeah,
many. So that's why I'm
yeah.
saying most of these people are not on here doing what you doing. You would do. You'd get on there for clout. Most people ain't getting on here for clout because they don't have what you have and they can't move like you move. Jay Prince is goofy. Jay Prince. That's a whole nother level. You, on the other hand, are different. You're a man of means. You got your own thing, your own. You promoting yourself. Most people ain't doing that. They just on here to find somebody. Most people are. That's all. That's why I say the percentage is high that are on here trying to find somebody as opposed to clout who know if you gonna get on here, you got to do good when you get on here. You got to promote. You got to do what you got to do. You got to have a shirt on that says your business. You got a shirt on that says your website. You got to do all of those things. Not a lot think like you. I'm saying you're different in that way. Most people don't have no damn business. Most people on here just to be on here trying to find somebody. That's all. That's why
Yeah,
I
give me a
say
second,
90.
HQ. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Okay. All right.
one time a guy called from the hot tub. Now we got a guy calling from the pool.
Oh, the hot tub is crazy work.
He had a hot tub in
Yeah,
his
get your
bedroom
ass on.
before
Get your ass
having
up,
sex.
man.
He, 21 to 30.
All right, 21 and 30. When was your last relationship?
Right.
Uh, like 4 years ago.
4 years ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I ain't been intimate since I've been out here in Austin. That was 7 months ago.
Okay. Are you waiting for a relationship?
I ain't not so much a relationship. I just don't trust everybody in my crib. So, you know,
Right.
type stuff. I just ain't build the chemistry enough to what she can come over.
Say again.
I didn't build the chemistry up enough to where a woman can come over to my crib.
You didn't build a chemistry enough for women to come over to your crib. Okay.
Right.
So all right. So he don't just let everybody in his house. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
3 flaws. I would say I'll say sometimes I overthink. I'll say overthinking. Time management. I'm bad at time management a lot. I ain't gonna lie. And I'll say procrastination sometimes. I procrastinate sometimes.
Procrastinate. Okay. And why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Because I would say that I have a old soul, and in this young generation, not too many men have old souls. I was raised by my grandparents, So I saw marriage my whole life. My mama was married, my grandfather was married, my uncles was married, my aunties was married. So I know what that looks like. So I'll say, like, because I had an example of that, I know what to do as a husband as far as being a provider.
Okay.
I don't see nothing wrong with him. I see it looks like it's a good coffee date to me. He ain't say no red flag. He didn't come across with no red flags. Simple logic. Yeah, simple logic. He say simple logic. Why y'all always say men who want to be husbands is simps? Dang, that's a problem. That's the problem with our people. When a simp is a husband. When y'all say a simp is a husband, I look at y'all like y'all crazy. What do you mean simp is a husband? When a man want to be a husband, he a simp. That don't even make no sense. Yet and still y'all want to bleep and have a fit when people don't want to be in a relationship. Women say they don't want to be in a relationship, but yet and still we get men on here saying husbands are simps. Come on now, you can't have it both ways. You either want to get married and want to have a husband or want to be a husband, or all men are simps. Now, when you call men husbands simps, that makes other men not want to be husbands because they think of husbands as simps. No, that's not a goalpost mover. A simp cannot be a husband. That's all simps are as husbands. They let these men tell it. Ain't nothing but husbands ain't nothing but simps. Let these men tell it. Husbands ain't nothing but simp. Y'all call Russell Wilson a simp, and he one of the biggest proponents of being married and being faithful that's out there. But yet he's a simp. I don't understand. Here's our next guy. Y'all hit that like button out there. Leading with marriage on a dating show is outdated. Simp moves, HQ. Well, then why would you be on a dating show? What? I don't get that. Y'all hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. We're gonna figure out a reason for the male shows, because male shows are different from the female show. We're gonna figure out something to do with the men on Tuesday night. We're gonna figure it out. Ain't no gaslight real. These men, you talk to any of these men and they say men who are husbands are simps. Jay Tillman said husbands are simps. Y'all stop it.
Ron, that ain't hard.
Really not.
It's really not. Ron the advisor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ron, where are you calling us from?
Calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Bring who back up? Jay? I know for a fact Jay said husbands are simps. He said it right here. Most husbands are simps. That's what he said. So now we contradicting the whole thing. Wes is one of the biggest simps. Y'all just haters. Jay Tillman said that straight to my face up on this damn panel. Husbands are the biggest simps. Okay. Hey Zeus, how you doing? Your internet working correctly now?
I'm afraid right now. I'm on the side of a mountain, but I'm afraid right now, HQ.
I don't know why. Jay said that right here.
Hey. Bring that aggressiveness down. Bring that aggressiveness down. That is you are all hot sauce. You are all hot sauce right now. Easy. Who's on your team? Say it. Who's on your team? I'm on your team. Easy. We having hard conversations. Let's all be cordial. Come on now.
Okay, I'm just telling you, the men in the chat.
Don't tell me what you're telling me. Don't breathe. We in this together.
Okay, what you say?
I think this is what I think about the word simping. Simping means to be sympathetic. It's an action. When you do something, hey, we don't have the money, the kids won't be responsible, but you get a puppy. You're being sympathetic and trying to weigh the pros and cons. When we say simping, we try to make it a person. It's not a person, it's an action. That's what I see, an action. With that said, I'm in.
But we call Russell Wilson a simp.
Right. And we also love it when people say, well, I only want a person who's only dated their race, right? We love people who dated black people. And when I hate that we use Russell Wilson and Beyonce as the cornerstones when they are actually the unicorns. If you have an argument, don't use Russell Wilson. Use who else you gonna use? Who else?
Oh, okay. Russell. Oh, well, I mean, he's the only one that I can think that y'all actually call him a simp. Y'all actually call him a simp, and he's not a simp. He's the only one that I can think of.
But that's
right?
my point. Take him off the table. Why do we always go to that person and use him as any prototype?
No, I'm saying because he's the only person that I know that men on here call a simp. He's the only one that I've heard you all call a simp.
Once again, simping is a behavior. AKA, there's another famous person that we call a simp. Steve Harvey, we call him a simp.
Okay, sympathetic versus simp, two different spellings, sir. I don't know. Y'all need to talk to Zoo.
The meaning is the same. It's sympathetic to the cause. That's what it is. Simping is not a person. It's a behavior. Hey, you know what? You invited 22 of your friends to the party. I'll pay for the whole bill. That's not what we agreed on, but I'm going to do it to make everything go along. Happy wife, happy life. That's sympathetic. If the numbers show you that 70% of the marriages women are leaving, how are they happy if they're leaving? That means you're on a journey that makes no sense.
Well, they're unhappy because they're women. Women don't leave for no reason. That's the problem. Y'all seem to think women leave for no reason. They leave for a reason. Okay.
Hold on a second. Did you hear that sound? Did you hear that sound right there? The start of gaslighting. Go ahead.
Russ's wife disrespect. Oh, sympathetic. What? Wait a minute. You got to talk to the men in the chat. They talking crazy.
Now they're.
What about him, Natural KRC? What was wrong with this man? She asked to bring him back up. What was wrong with this man? What happened?
He was a black mermaid.
Okay, probably about a year and a half ago.
Oh, was it with me?
Yeah, it was you, but it wasn't good timing though. I had to hang up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you had to hang up. Okay, I don't remember, but some of the cousins remember you.
Well, if they remember me, the last time I had to hang up, and it wasn't no good take. It wasn't no good take at all.
Okay. Well,
how am I gaslighting when I said you all said Russell was a simp, and Jay got up here and Jay said most husbands are simps. How am I gaslighting? I didn't say anything about simp. I don't call men simps. So how am I gaslighting when Jay said that on this panel?
No, you call them gay. You call men gay. Go ahead.
I call who what?
You call men gay.
No, I didn't. I ain't never called men gay.
You've never done that? You've never done that. You've never done that. Okay, your pants are on fire. That lamp even moved behind you. That lie was so powerful.
Yes, I said context. Okay. Don't back down on me, Jay. You didn't say context when you said it. You just said most husbands were simps. You said that. I didn't say that. You said that. Context. I didn't hear nothing about context. Maybe it was context. I don't know. Y'all get it together. Y'all the one came up with that simp thing. I just said the only one I've ever heard of y'all calling is Russell Wilson. That's all I said.
Well, listen, are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
I did download your dating app. I did.
Have you set up your profile?
Yeah, everybody.
I did set up your profile. Yeah.
And how do you spell your name?
Everybody has a different. I don't know. Everybody has. I believe it's happy house, happy spouse. Both people need to be happy. Yes, but the whole point of happy house, happy wife, happy life. There's a reason why there was a happy wife, happy life. Because if the man is happy wife, happy life, y'all got to start thinking about that saying: happy wife, happy life. Okay, it's not both spouses are supposed to be happy. I get all of that. But they came up with that saying for a reason. Why did they come up with that saying? And why were they married more when that saying was about, as opposed to not. That's all I'm saying.
Lord have mercy.
Carolina, how old are you?
Just turned 42 yesterday.
42 yesterday. That means you're a Gemini.
I am.
Gemini.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Ron Charlotte, 42 Gemini. What do you do for a living?
I'm a financial advisor, wealth manager.
Okay. Were you you have any children?
No.
No kids. Have you ever been married?
No.
No. All right, let's do it. Ron Charlotte, 42 Gemini, financial advisor, no kids, never married. What kind of woman are you looking for?
I got it written down. So I try to split it between physical and otherwise. Right. So for physical attraction, I'm looking for more on the petite, slender side, more athletic build, something like that. Long hair, feminine style, like dresses, skirts, heels, stuff like that. Kind of a classy, professional type look. Somebody that you can take to, professional events and things like that. And then otherwise, looking for somebody who's more elegant, classy, warm, has a positive demeanor, good at communication, able to listen and follow a man's lead, able to take accountability, and pretty much no attitude, anger issues, stuff like that. Just like chill and feminine.
See, I brought him up because he's just like the fat women that come up here. I don't mean to say fat women, but I can't describe.
We get what you're saying. We get what you're saying.
He's just like the fat women that come up here. He's asking for the world and a bag of chips, and he doesn't qualify for the world and a bag of chips. And that's great. First of all, there's plenty of things that are going on, but weight is a significant factor. I'm pulling him out, and I'm calling him out because men call women who are hefty out immediately. So I'm calling him out immediately for being overweight. Okay.
Can you hold it 1 second, HQ?
Yeah.
Because I said something in the chat, and I just wanted to say it verbally because it might not have rang well.
Right.
Excuse me. And it's Poppy Blanco and Black America. For me, those people are very important to the group because they don't have common framing of how they think about things or the way they put things, which doesn't mean they're wrong. They help us with hard conversations. When I had said in the comments that I think the second man who I loved Amazon, that guy, I think him having somebody like Black America, it's a total change from being around him, but that's the person he needs for the masculine frame. Like, he's going through a struggle with cancer, his fight through cancer. He probably didn't have the correct insurance. He probably wasn't doing the right path. He's making decisions out of his health being bad. Black America would have been like, no, brother, we gonna do this, and giving him a plan. It might have been harsh, but he wouldn't be putting himself in some of those positions that most men wouldn't do. He needs somebody stern to be his backbone. That's what I was saying in the group. Not saying anything disrespectful about Poppy Blanco or Black America. And I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Okay. Natural KRC, you came up.
Yeah, I was talking about that last guy. I said to bring him back up because that beard was doing it. But you hitting on something tonight, HQ. You got some good looking guys up here.
What?
You got me over here rethinking some life decisions.
Yeah, I mean, she has some good candidates that come up, and then they have conversation. I'm not saying all of them are bad. I'm not saying all of them are good. I'm saying you could just gotta look through and say, well, dang, I mean, where did we miss him at, and why is he narrowed off of the thing? And he shouldn't be narrowed off of the thing because what he's saying is not outrageous. I look for people that you can work with. I look for people who are, what is it called? How do I say it? I look for people who can understand a little quirkiness as opposed to being very rigid in what they ask for. Now, if you just say straight off the bat, I got like G Honda, I can't wear no weave. I can't work with nobody who say that because I like to wear weave when I like to wear weave, right?
I'm
But if
not
somebody,
speaking on wigs. I will not speak on wigs. I just want to say for the statement, I will not speak on wigs.
but I'm saying you can work with somebody who say, well, I'd rather she have natural, but I'm not opposed to her wearing a wig or a weave or whatever. I can work with that person. But if you come up and you say, well, I ain't dealing with nobody to wear weave, I ain't dealing with nobody to wear makeup, where do I go with a man like that? Where do you go with a man who says that? You can't go nowhere with a man who says that. So I don't look for people who say that kind of thing. I don't look for people who say, well, you got to reveal your whole sexual history to me. I can't deal with a person like that.
Don't gaslight that. Don't you dare do that to me. You was doing so good. Don't try to throw stones at me. Don't
I'm
you
not
ever.
gaslighting.
Don't
I'm
you
just
ever.
saying. Because if you stick to it, you have things that you stick to. I get all that. I like thin women, blah, blah, blah. But if you tell me I got to be bone thin, I got to be 120 pounds, then where do I go with that if I'm 125, 130 pounds? There's nowhere to go.
You're gaslighting. Holy moly.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm saying I'm looking for people who have a little give and they what do they call their wants and needs.
HQ, I want to apologize. Okay. Let me apologize. I'm very sorry. Let me frame it this way. You are correct, but let me give another side of what this guy is saying. He's saying he wants a woman who is the star of the show. He wants a woman that he can give the princess treatment to. She's not worried about how he looks because she's going to come home. He's going to have 3 or 4 dresses, 2 or 3 pair of shoes, and some jewelry, and he wants her to try them on and put on a fashion show. He wants to take her to the gala. He wants her to take her to the city ball and show her off. That's who this guy is. That's, to me, that's what he's saying.
Well, I mean, I get all that, but I'm saying, but he wants all that, but he's not willing to do that. He's
But
not willing to do
most
that.
women want the princess treatment when they come on these shows. I'm not gonna say they don't say that on the shows. Okay, I'm going to my room. No dinner for me. I'm going to my room.
They want to be treated like a real woman. They want to be treated specially. I want you to treat me special. I want you to be the person that likes me, that wants me, that shows me that you want me. I don't have to be treated like a princess as long as I know I'm the one that you choosing.
We just said the same thing different ways. We just said the same
what
thing.
you said was I want you to go above and beyond and treat me like I'm better than you, or treat me like you deserve to be in my presence.
Holy unicorn. Holy unicorn.
That's what I heard from you.
I'm done. Start the tape. I'm done.
That's what I heard from you. You said something that I heard.
Okay, you said long hair.
This guy, and where you get this shit from this guy?
Is it here she grew or because she bought it?
Doesn't matter to me. I'm easily fooled.
What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers, I say.
So messed up. Y'all got women so messed up. Y'all got women so messed up.
Anybody that's kind of like ghetto, hood, radish, stuff like that. Drinking, smoking, not meeting the physical requirements, argumentative, participates in the gender wars. I hate all of that stuff. Really caught up in like social media, and really easily influenced by all of that type of stuff. And for me right now, no kids.
Okay. So she can't have any kids. What's the age range you want to date?
I'm flexible with that.
You just gotta ask the women. You gotta ask the women, is this a gentleman that you be taking home? Or does he have work to do? Regardless of the money that he got, would you be taking him home? And I'll guarantee you, most of the women in the chat are going to say no. Most of the women.
That wasn't my point, what I was saying.
But I was saying.
No. I'm saying who came up? I'm saying you said this guy wants a woman, he wants to treat her like a princess. Okay, I get all of that. I'm saying this man has things he needs to work on before he's out here dating.
Okay, what
That's
did I
all.
say? What did I say that's different than what you said?
You didn't say anything about that. You didn't say anything about him being out here. He's too overweight to date. You didn't say anything about that.
Your pants are on fire. Go ahead.
Anywhere in the mid-20s to mid-30s, because I'm trying to have children myself. I like to have two. So, I don't want to have any problems there if possible.
So you said mid what?
Mid-20s to mid-30s.
Mid-20s to mid-30s. And she can't have kids, you said, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Should she look a certain way, even though you kind of already told us?
Yeah, like I said, I'm looking for more like the elegant, classy type. Somebody who likes to wear dresses, heels, stuff like that. And I'm trying to get into the gym myself, get back into that swag. So
wait a minute. I swear, you all would have said this man need to work totally and completely on himself before he out here asking for what he asking for. If it would have been a woman, y'all would have said she knows she shouldn't be on here asking for this, that, and the third. Where's the same energy? Where's the same energy for this man who is in the same boat as a heavy-set woman? Where's that same energy? Because if you got that same, if you got that women for that y'all say she blowed out and all that other stuff, then you need to have the same energy for this man right here. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he can't have a coffee date. I'm not saying any of those things. I'm saying where's the same energy y'all give fat women? And just because he got money don't mean that he's eligible for any of those things. If she ain't eligible and she fat, because we try to get the men to say the jacket looks good except she's fat, and men said hell no. So why is it that same energy is not for this man?
I
That's
got a
all I'm saying.
question. I got a question, HQ.
So I want somebody who matches that as well.
You said
Okay.
what? I'm sorry.
I got a
what's the
question. I got a question, HQ.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Because when those women come up on the
I
show,
thought I was
I don't
very
want you to
clear.
answer. I don't want you to answer. When those women come on the show, they say they
Right.
want somebody. This is generally, they say they want somebody who's generous. They want somebody who's going to be attention giving, somebody who puts them first, and that's this guy. I'm not saying that
Okay.
you going to let me finish, or you going to just gaslight? What are we doing right now? Are we in
I said
gaslighting
okay.
mode? Are we in
Okay.
gaslighting mode?
I said okay. What do you mean?
Hey, don't you. Anyway, so my point is, regardless of this guy's flaws, when women come on Kendra G and they ask for certain things, he's already hit 8 of those 10 boxes. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, now don't get me wrong. I'm gonna tell you a red flag for me is he's in the wrong age category. He needs to have an older, fit woman because he don't have to train her. She knows the importance of him. That's what I think. But anyway, with that said, I'm on this ride. I'm not leaving you, HQ. Ain't nobody leaving.
He don't qualify. He's not on the level where he can ask for that. He doesn't
Understood.
qualify. Simply because I'm keeping it the same across the board. If
But
the
you said
fat,
women can ask for anything, so he can't ask for anything?
I'm not done.
Oops. What happened? Oops.
Attractive fat women get on here and they have all these things. They have all the things that a normal everyday woman asks for, and y'all say hell no, she's blown out. He asking for the same thing, all the things that you men ask for, and he blowed out. So he gets the same treatment from me that y'all give the fat women. He get the same treatment. You shouldn't have your ass on here asking for nothing because you don't qualify for it.
I
Just
totally
like
understand. I totally understand. I see your point. Do those women come on saying they're going to do anything for the man? Because I believe this guy came in and said he was going to do things for the woman. But anyway, with that said, I'm in.
What do you mean? They all say the same thing.
Those women never come in, no matter how much money they make. They don't say, I'm going to do this and that for the man. They do not say that. As Black America said, women are not investing in the men.
And
Women are
even if
invested.
they do,
What?
even if they do, if they fat, they still get sidelined.
Okay, just remember this conversation because I'm gonna clip it and I'm gonna
I,
play it
I'm
back
gonna
every
remember.
time.
I'm gonna remember. I can't do nothing but remember. I can't do nothing but remember that I remember I done brought up many a women, beautiful, but she was fat a couple times. She had all this in a bag of chips. I'm submissive. I'm all these good things, except I need to lose weight. And y'all said no. Remember that.
Okay.
3 a.m. Talk Club gifted one HR Reaction membership. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Natural KRC. I can't see. Natural KRC. Nope. I believe it's happy house, happy spouse. Both people need to be happy. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, ma'am. Yes, they do. And Project Leroy, HQ stop. Don't disqualify him because men do it to overweight women. No, I'm not doing that. I'm saying you all stop disqualifying the heavyset women. Disqualify the man because his weight does not qualify him for an inch.
You know what? I want to disagree with Project Leroy in the chat. I want to disagree, but he right. Welcome back.
See, there we go. We got different standards for men, but we don't have this. We don't want no fat man neither. Most women don't want no fat man neither. Just like most men don't want a fat woman. It's the same thing. He can
That
have all the money in the world. We ain't laying down in no bed getting squashed. Most women are not. Most women, you ain't never, ever heard too many women get on here and say, I want a big man. Show me on the hand that you can count and say they want a big man. Not too many. So women don't want a big man either. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him. I'm saying if you gonna have the standards for big people, asking for big things across the board with a female, then you need to have the same energy for the big men asking for stuff across the board. That's all I'm saying.
it's not this. It's not this. I hear what you're saying.
Why ain't it the same?
I
If
hear
the
what you're
body
saying.
is still the same.
I hear what you're saying, and here's the difference. When we ask women, "What do you bring to the table?" Which
Oh
again,
no,
hold on a
no,
second,
no,
hold on a
no,
second.
no,
You
no,
asked me a
no. We
question.
ain't talking about. We
You
ain't
asked me a
talking about what
question.
you
You
bring.
asked me a question.
We're not talking about what we bring to the table. We ain't talking about that. We talking about in physicality only. He's perfect. He is perfect in physicality, in everything else. Physicality. There have been women who have come on here who have been perfect, except in physicality, and y'all have clearly straight up rejected her. So if y'all gonna have that same rejection energy, you need to have the same rejection energy for the man. Has nothing to do with what they say because they all come on here perfect when it comes to that. That's all I'm saying. You finna try to qualify because he got all this perfect shit.
No, I'm not going to qualify. What I'm saying is men and women aren't equal. We aren't equal.
Yes, we are.
Hold on a second. We want equality, but we're not equal. If I go to move, I'm not calling 5 girls that I know. I'm calling 5 dudes. If I'm having a party and I need to make a menu, I'm calling women. I'm not calling dudes. So what I'm saying is that guy said, here's what I have to offer to a woman. That's what he did. He led with his wallet. When a woman has a bunch of things, she don't say, this is what I'm going to give to that man. She don't say that. That's what I'm saying the difference is. I'm not saying you're wrong. He is a big boy. I'm not saying that you're wrong, that Project Leroy ain't crazy. But that don't mean he ain't making some sense. That's all I'm saying. With that said, I love the lamp. Let's go.
Now, what about money? Should she make a certain amount of money?
I really don't care. I got us both. You know, when we really get serious, she won't have to worry about that. Obviously, with the advisor thing going on, I'm really big on generational wealth, so I got that part. But I also don't want somebody who puts their cash app in their profile type of person either. So I don't want money to be an issue. So as long as she is able to take care of her wants, I got everything else.
Okay.
I mean, he's talking like he got enough. He talking like he has sense. He's talking like he's a normal, everyday individual person, and that's great. But I'm saying if we're gonna have standards about who's dating, who's not dating, how it comes across, what it is, we have to have the same standards. This man, everything on paper looks good. He wants to be the provider. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. All of these things, except he's overweight. Same with women. We have some women who are perfectly suited for all of this. I remember one lady was perfect for it, but she was overweight. Y'all flat out rejected her. He seems like a good candidate, but he needs to get off of here, do what he needs to do in order to lose weight, and then he needs to come back and ask for what he's asking for. He can't ask for all of these things. He wants an ultra feminine woman, heels, nails, hair. He wants an ultra feminine woman, and he wants a little woman, and he's a big dude overweight. He cannot ask for this.
That you're wronger. You dead wronger. Well, what's wrong with you?
He can ask for that, but he don't. This is not his wheelhouse where he's supposed to get it. Let's put it that way.
HQ, you know damn. At least, first of all, right?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's set the stage.
Right.
Him, a fat woman. Same thing. Same area.
He-
They both successful. All of that good stuff. Why is it that when a fat woman comes up here and she has everything she's supposed to have except her weight, y'all won't accept her? But when this man comes up here and he has everything he's supposed to have except his weight, I'm supposed to accept him?
HQ, you know damn well we play by different rules. I don't know why you acting brand new. You know that's not the rules of the game, girl. Like, are we equal? HQ, okay. Are we a man and a woman? Say that one more time, baby.
Have attraction.
It's plenty of women that like fat niggas. I seen them all the time. However, let me say this. You're supposed to be at a healthy weight. You see what I'm saying? Not for no goddamn spouse, just so you can live longer. Just out of that alone. Got nothing to do with that with people liking you. Just so you can live longer, so you can play with your kids. You're supposed to be at a good, healthy weight. But you know, a fat girl is not the same as a fat man, yo. You know that. Come on, man.
Why ain't they the same?
Because the number one rule for a man when they're looking for a mate or a lover or a future wife is not his goddamn weight or his looks, okay? Is how much can he provide for that woman? So just in case he put a baby in your guts so he can provide for that kid, that's his number one duty. That's what you say, right? Isn't that what you talk about? Protect and provide?
No, we have to be attracted to him too. I don't know where y'all get the money supersedes the attraction.
I agree. I agree, HQ. It's part of it's on the list, but I don't think from most of the stuff that the queens be talking about, the first thing coming out of the mouth always is HQ. What is
it? We always look at looks too. We not just
I know
because the person got money and he big like this that we just gonna accept it. That's not how that works.
Hey, no, HQ, listen. I'm with you, baby. I know women like the back of my hand. Yeah, are visual, right? But when they come to the internet, they flip it. They always talk about just about how much money can he he making and all that bullshit. You know that. You've been reacting to these people for what, 6 months now? That's all they talk about. That's the first thing. They don't talk about no morals. They don't talk about no looks. It's always like, hey, he gotta make this, he gotta make. But in reality, in the real world, women go for the men's look first, and then for the most part, and then women would take a okay looking nigga and broke, because that's what I see in my real life.
Right. He's got to be okay looking. This guy is overweight,
He's not even getting in the door, HQ, because he's not attractive.
I try to explain that, but you know, it is what it is. It's not anything different than when men outhand reject a heavy set female. Most women, I'm not saying all of us, will reject this guy out of hand because he's so overweight. He can have as much money as he wants to. He's going to get used. He's not looking to get used. He's looking for a wife. He ain't going to find the wife that he wants at this size. That's all we saying. Unless he's definitely
If,
paying.
if that man pockets right, he can buy one HQ. A lot of people is gold. He would be like a easy picking too. If he's one
He
of
he
those people that he give it up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
he can buy a woman who does not love him.
Right.
Period.
And you're right. I agree.
I like anybody can do that. You can go take $5 out of your pocket and go buy a crackhead on the corner. It doesn't mean that you're finding somebody for real though.
Mm.
That's the point.
Right. And I'm saying to you all, if we gonna have the same energy for hefty women, every time a woman, even though she's beautiful and she has all the things that she's supposed to have, she has the looks, she has the she has the feminine energy, she has the submissive manner and all that. When she's heavy, men reject her out of hand. I'm just saying to you, don't be mad at us women if we reject this heavy set man out of hand because
Look
it does.
what Look what Erica said. We think about weight too because we're worried about the genetics of our children. That is so true because like for
Right.
example, if I
Right.
have daughters with a guy that looks like this, them daughters they're doomed, right? They're
Mhm.
doomed to maybe take on his metabolism, maybe even how he ages and things. It's true. We look at the same stuff,
Yeah,
And,
you
we
and
look.
and
know.
you want to be slim, man, because listen, man, when it comes to when it comes to get into that to deep in your guts, baby, woo, a skinny nigga can get there, baby. A skinny nigga
Okay,
can get all the way there.
not not just skinny, period, but like
And
specifically attractive. He's not attractive, and he's fat. It doesn't. It's a lot of things that aren't adding up for this
Uh,
gentleman.
how you doing, Flora? You gotta be nice, girl. How you doing? How's your day, girl?
I'm doing lovely. I see you guys are being dusty per usual over here.
right.
So
I'm saying there's nothing wrong. There's
Damn.
nothing wrong with if you like big men. That's fine. I'm just saying when we have energy for when we have energy for the fat women, we need to have the same energy for the men because the only thing when we see a fat woman, when you all get hold of a fat woman and she comes on here, the only thing that rules her out is her weight. So I'm just telling you, the only thing that rules him out is his weight. So therefore,
But
he's
and,
not
and
eligible.
general
but
attractiveness too. Like he's not a
but
very
HQ,
handsome man.
you wanna know the real truth. What's going on in the real life? In real life, listen, man. I see plenty actually good looking women with fat niggas all day, every day. Because fat niggas is usually charming, they funny. You see what I'm saying? That's what I see for the most part, right?
They are
And I
simping.
see but the thing is, guys will fuck on a fat girl, right? It's a lot of lying going on.
Right.
Guys will fuck on a fat girl. They just don't want to be seen with a fat girl in public. They just don't. But they will fuck
Yeah,
them.
I mean, I believe that completely and totally. That's why I'm standing firm on it right now. A lot of these women that come on here some of these women be beautiful. Some of these women look really good, but they're overweight, but they get dismissed. So I'm saying right now, stop dismissing women just because they're overweight. They have all of the things that y'all say y'all want, but she can't get a play. But now we want to give this man the play and he have everything we want, but he's still overweight. I'm not saying some women ain't gonna go for that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is most women aren't going for the heavyset man or the heavyset woman. That's all I'm saying.
I can't wait to hear from
Aaron,
Aaron.
Aaron, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can.
What say you?
I think this is not thought out. I think this is arbitrary, or um, what is it when you
He's
include
asking for
just the people?
everything. He's asking for everything that a normal everyday guy is asking for. Fit, feminine, and friendly. The whole nine. She wear heels. She this, that, and the third. He gonna pay for everything. He's asking for all of these things that a normal everyday skinny or high value or whatever man will ask for. And
I
I'm
understand that.
saying,
I'm not talking about him.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm talking about the way we assess what people qualify for in general. So, all right, let me begin, and maybe you'll kind of make sense of this. Um, at first, when someone selects a mate, they have some non-negotiables. They're very few, maybe two, and they have a very distinct reason why they're non-negotiables. Then, because we understand that people aren't perfect, there's the 80-20 rule. So if you have a list of 10 things, two are non-negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
But if you hit 8 out of 10, that you're pretty much a shoo-in. You're good, right? Nobody's
Right.
perfect, so you gotta allow for two things. You gotta have grace. The third
Right.
thing is we have to understand that attraction is not symmetrical. So to say we have to have the same energy and the same area of critique for one person that we have for the other ignores the fact that attraction is not symmetrical. What men want from women is different from what women want from men. We're
Well,
not looking
what,
for.
Aaron,
We're not looking.
Aaron,
We're not.
Aaron.
Hold on, Flora. Let him
Well,
finish. Let
why
him
doesn't
let him
Aaron
finish.
let
What?
women
What?
tell him? Because this is crazy. You get to speak for
Well,
yourself
because
as a man, but then you get to assume
all
for
right. I'm not.
women.
I'm not. I'm not doing. I'm not a disrespectful
Okay,
person, so
hold on,
Let's
hold
be
on,
I'm
No,
nice
not
to
this
gonna
is
run
not
Flora.
with
about
that.
hold
disrespect.
on. Let Aaron speak. Let Aaron speak. Let Aaron speak.
As an
Everybody,
adult, he should be able to defend his
wait a minute.
point. I'm
Hold on.
not being disrespectful at all. The
Let him
point is,
You're
how
speak.
cutting.
do you get to
You're
speak
Let him
from?
speak.
interrupting me mid. You're interrupting me mid
Hold
sentence. That
No,
is
because
disrespectful,
oh
especially if
my,
you
no,
expect me to
hold on.
defend my
bye,
point. You
bye.
can't
Hold
possibly know
on.
what my defense is if you're not listening, and you can't
Hold on.
possibly be listening if you open your mouth.
Okay, go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah,
Hold
be
on,
nice,
Flora.
Flora, please,
So,
please.
largely, the attraction between men and women is not symmetrical, right? And that's something that we can see and we understand. If we want to attract a mate, we have to understand what they want, right? So I would expect men to kind of have a baseline understanding as to what women want, and I would expect women to have a baseline understanding as to what men want. This is not one sex talking for the other. It's one sex understanding what's required of them so that they can secure what it is they want in the other person. Having said that, given those two understandings, it's understood that symmetric attraction is largely not symmetrical. So when we look at the 80-10 rule and set non-negotiables aside, suffice it to say it isn't necessarily prudent to apply the same energy to one thing as you do to the other, simply for the sake of applying energy. The question has to be asked, why does this person want this? Why does a man want a woman of a certain weight? And why does a woman want a man of a certain weight? And then
Right.
you appraise the value of those requests. One may be more important than the other.
Right.
It's more
I
important
understand
for a
all that.
man to be able to do certain things that a woman should be able to do as well, because that's the man's responsibility exclusively. So the
Yeah,
question
I
is, why
understand
would a
all
man want a woman that isn't overweight?
right. And here's my thing. Of course, men find men that's attraction when it comes to men. I get that. But it's all the same energy. When I say same energy, what I mean is men accept the fact that a woman is fat, then he's not going to be attracted to her. Why is it that that's not the same that's not the same standard that you should give us as women when we're saying to
Okay,
you we have the same attractive standard. Some women don't,
okay,
but bulk of us do have the same thing. We look at outright attraction as men.
okay. I can answer that question. And what'd you say?
Oh no,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
but oh, so the answer to your question kind of sort of contains the answer to the question I asked you, and that is, why do men even want a woman who is not overweight? So the reason why the energy is different is because being overweight is typically going to be on a man's non-negotiable list. If that is on a woman's non-negotiable list, it should be there for a very distinct reason. Now, here's the distinct reason why it's on a man's non-negotiable list: because she's going to put on weight when she has children. 1, 2, 3 is going to come with weight. Men automatically know they have to have grace for that change in weight. So it's the
Are you
baseline
saying
starting point that we're considering. A man is not going to have to face that dilemma.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that we have to have a distinct reason as to why we don't find heavy men attractive?
No, I said you should have a distinct reason as to why something is on your non-negotiable list. But that asks the question: is being overweight a non-negotiable? Most men overweight women is on their non-negotiable list, and the reason
And
is because
on women's lists are
the
non-negotiable
probability
too.
of her putting on weight when she has children is very high. That's the reason why it's a non-negotiable. Now, if it's a
And that's what I'm
non-negotiable for
saying
women,
to
I'm
you.
open to hearing why.
Yes, it is a
But does that make sense?
non-negotiable for women. It's a non-negotiable
Okay,
for
so
most
so
women.
why is it? So why is it?
They don't find them attractive. I don't know why. I'm just saying it's on most women. Most women, when they talk, they want somebody fit. They want somebody. Wait a minute. We accepted that 666 now. If y'all accepted us saying 666, that means a heavyset man is not on our non-negotiable. It's not on our that list. Okay. So since y'all accepted that 666, we don't want hefty men either. Just like y'all don't want hefty women, we don't want hefty men. I'm just saying, if you take that 666,
I don't understand.
Like a lot of y'all do, you say y'all want the 666. Okay, it's on that list. Meaning y'all accept it. Meaning you all accept that, and y'all accept that as what a woman normally wants, a 666 guy. So if y'all accept that 666 guy, hefty men are not on that 666, nowhere near that 666. So therefore, it's just like men. It's on that same non-negotiable list.
Are they non-negotiables?
That's all I'm saying. You're going in and out,
Yeah, it's a me or that's Aaron. I think that's Aaron, right?
Yeah, that was Aaron. He's going in and
Okay.
out. I'm sorry, Natural.
He probably driving.
You came up. Natural, what do you got to say?
So my first question is, when we are reviewing men for coffee dates, shouldn't it kind of be the ladies doing the review, and then when there's women up here for coffee dates, it should be guys kind of doing the review?
Yeah, but no women came up. The only person
I
came up was
like,
Can
I like to come over here because HQ was here by
I
herself
please
and y'all wasn't supporting her. So
the conversation? So yeah, usually if it's going to be a coffee date review for men, I will gladly come up, but I do typically notice that it's more of like, the guys are up. But realistically, to kind of like, for me at least, I'm not speaking for everybody, but I focus so much on morals, values, and character that physical part is not a deal breaker for me. And the reason why I say that is because for me at least, we all come in different shapes, sizes, shades, height. All of that stuff is to me so minimum compared to actually finding a good person. Because we've reviewed men and women. We've reviewed men and women that are very much fit, and their character is just as flawed as I don't know what. I'd rather take me a big guy, and it is being recorded. Yes, I will take this guy on the screen. He may not be attractive to a lot of people. I don't care
there
that
you
he's
go.
bigger. This guy, if he has the character, the personality, the morals, the values of the foundation of what I am looking to build, and he wants to grow, sign me up. Sign me up. Because every guy that says they want someone that's fit, friendly, and feminine, that's great, but it does go beyond just the physical part. And I've said that, but I think if in fact this guy gets counted out based off of just weight or because he's not physically attractive, that might be majority. But I'm speaking for me, Natural KRC. I'm look, HQ.
Yeah, but you see what I was doing, right? Natural. You see, I was trying to call out the goofiness in that argument. When you have a beautiful character of a female all across the board, why does she get off the hand rejected? So I'm saying it didn't even make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me when you find beautiful character in people to outright reject them. I understand that. So I'm
There's
saying the same thing.
There's an answer.
because men, I feel, is to what they're saying, men are visual just as women are, but I do believe it's on their higher priority list than it
Mhm.
is for us.
Wow.
Now I know you said, HQ, this guy would be considered too big. I know Flora said he's not attractive, so out of you two ladies, I guess I would be the one to be like, okay, I'm down, because I care more about his inside, like what is to his core, because physically we're all going to change anyway, whether he
Right.
loses weight, gains weight. I call them teddy bears. I've dated my teddy bears. I've dated guys that were fit. I'm talking about in the gym fit. And I've
Right.
dated teddy bears. For me, it's the character. What are your values? What are you
Right.
foundational? What is your foundation, and what are you built of outside of what you physically look like? Because I am very quick to pass up the most attractive physical guy based on his character. If he got a jacked up character, I don't care how fit and how attractive he is, because that is not going to be a long-term relationship. It may be
Mhm.
something short-term. Yeah, we may
Mhm.
look good out in public, but I have to be realistic. Is that what I really want for my future? Just something
I
to look at.
agree. I
H.
agree with that. I do think a
I'm sorry.
little bit more of it. Sorry, because this is a ladies' show technically, and you guys, I'm tired of hearing the men's opinion and not women. But I agree with that. I do think though that there has to be an initial attraction though. Don't you think you're downplaying that a little bit too much?
For me, no, because I've been on both sides. I've dated the guys that
Okay.
were extremely attractive. So at one point in my life, like in my early 20s, yes, Flora, I can agree with you. I was so hell bent on looks. And I think I had to learn it the hard way. I can't lie to say that I used to be very much caught up in things that were not reality. And because it looked good and it made me look good to the public, my homegirls would see me and be like, dang, how you get him? Like, he look good. Yeah,
Yeah.
but let me tell you about his character. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
I
I
think
had
it's
to
a little bit.
decide
I
what
think
was
there's
more
a
important.
little. I think there's a little bit of the physical attraction that I'm not hearing in what you're describing, because I do think there has to be chemistry though. Like you have to be physically attracted to somebody.
But see,
Like
to
you
me,
can't.
he is attractive. Girl, I love me some salt and pepper. To me, he's actually attractive. I'm
Okay.
I'm not real big on looks though, but to me, he
Mm.
is attractive. I
Mhm.
don't do that whole rating scale stuff, but when I look
Right.
at him, I think he's, kind of good looking. Girl, look.
I'm not feeling the salt and pepper, but that's me. That's just me. I'm not a
Right.
fan.
Right.
HQ,
I,
that's another point for me because I told you that big guys they get girls too. I
no,
always seen
I'm not
that
saying that they
outside.
don't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they don't. What I'm saying is we you cannot disregard us having an attraction too when men have an
That's fine.
attraction they see. So I'm saying it's high on a lot of women's list. You've seen a lot of women get on Kendra G and say he can't be a big guy, blah blah blah, or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, they're not picking big guys. And because we have done that 666 thing, and that is such a staple in people's speech and pattern when they talk about relationships, I'm saying it is high on women's priority. The 666 is high on women's list. So being overweight is not high on that list. It's probably a hard no for a lot of women, just like it's a hard no for a lot of men. I'm just saying when it's energy like that, for the women, we have to have the same energy for men because we have that attraction too. We can't dis.
Yeah. We
That's all I'm
want young looking men to. I'm not saying we want men that look super young, but like nobody wants a man who looks
There
his
you go.
age. You know what I'm saying? Like you want a guy that looks young too. You want a youthful look, especially if you look young and you look youthful. You don't want to be with a dude who looks like he can be your uncle. Honestly, this dude next to me, somebody might mistake him for my daddy. They might be like, "Is that your father?" But that's me. So each woman it
You-
varies.
Yes,
And you
and just
can
like each
tell,
man, it varies. Just like it
and you
varies
can,
for
and you can tell like Flora, she like dark skinned guys. You can. That's one of her things right
I
there.
like
You see what
all
I'm saying?
guys. Now I'm not a color person. There's too much of that
Yeah.
going on in the black community. I like
Right.
all colors, you know,
Right.
I would
But
say.
usually brown girls like you, they usually go for not everybody, but for that's like a what I see the most. They go for the dark guy. It's
Mhm.
not a bad or a good thing. It's nothing. It just
Well,
like that's what I noticed.
KRC obviously likes attract light skinned men, but there's just as much variance in
I
women as
like
there is men.
I like
Right.
all complexions. I do not discriminate from complexion to bald to fades to braids to locks to height. I
Right.
do not have any kind of biases towards when it comes to that stuff. Like people be
Right.
like, I don't like a guy that's bald. I say bald is beautiful. A dude with
Right.
locks, if he keep them up, I'm down. I love me a nice beard. Like I don't know. I'm very open when it comes to appearance because one thing may look good on one person and it may not look
Right.
good on the other, but it doesn't
Yeah.
mean that he's not attractive.
Right.
H
And
natural. Can
Yeah.
I jump in?
those
So what
Yeah.
what what you're describing is sapiosexual. That's what I was trying to tell you the other day. HQ. That's all. With that said, I'm in.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying this person it may be too big for me, but I also like that kind of body type, that big gigantic type
Oh
guy.
yeah, like the teddy bear. Yeah.
Teddy bear, of course. I mean, slightly smaller than him, a little bit smaller than him, but just maybe that type. So it's not all of us who say he's an unattractive.
Wait.
We're not
Did he do
saying
the Kendrick Cam?
no, he
Did
ain't
we
did
see his body yet?
no. We finna do
So
that right now.
He's tall and stocky.
Yeah, he's tall and stocky.
Mm.
He's a big guy. I mean, see, he went through some he
It's
went through some
miscommunication.
what is it? Super chats who were asking him what is he asking for? Why is he asking for this, that, and the third thing?
And I'm
He
really big
asking for
on the
me. I
fact
got a
of
coffee date and a top golf date already planned out.
communication,
HQ, don't worry about
and
it.
once you practice things like that, um, getting a lot of bad advice from social media, not being able to overcome issues like that, stuff like that.
So okay, those are the reasons. When was your last relationship, Ron?
About a year ago,
Year ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
about a year ago.
A year ago. Okay. Three flaws you have to work on.
My flaws would be I can come across a little bit cold. I'm very a logical thinker. So I can come across a little bit cold when,
Ooh,
somebody
can you
might need
stop it, HQ?
somebody just to listen to.
What's wrong with him?
I don't like that cold. It's giving that he doesn't have emotional intelligence or maybe not good regulation skills. For me, I
Mhm.
don't like that coldness. I like my men soft as wet flowers, okay?
And
And
we
for
got
me, not just in general.
And
yeah,
you know what I like, HQ?
yeah,
That he is self-aware. There's
yeah.
always room for improvement. I do not
Mhm.
expect a man to come without flaws as I come with my own.
Right, right.
Can
But do you
I
think
work
he's
with
above
that?
it already?
Like that, but I have the ability.
Above it? What do you mean above it?
Like past it? You think he's already you think he's evolved or he because I don't know. I see the self-awareness, but if he's still this way and he hasn't changed yet, it doesn't matter how self-aware he is.
Well, how can he be? Well, my whole thing is he self-aware enough to understand that that what he's asking for, what he wants his life to look like, can't look like that with the size at the size that he is? Is he self-aware enough to know that? Maybe he is, maybe he's not. He is on Kinder G. He's got to be at least 150, 200 pounds overweight. So
Yeah.
how self-aware can he be coming on here asking for that, knowing that he's over, knowing that he has things to work on, and knowing that he may or may not get what he's asking for, being the size that he is. And if he does get what he's asking for, it's going to pay, it's going to cost him something.
Look at
Is he
Vic's
willing to
Look at Vic's comment in the chat. She said, no, because he'll always say you knew how I am. That's the thing with me with some of these type of dudes. Like they'll be like, oh, they'll tell you these terrible qualities, and you will take it. You'll be like, oh, he's self-aware. He's trying to change, and they're
Mhm.
just telling you so that they can make. It's like an excuse so they can just continue to be that way. That's what was my initial response to that.
Right. Okay.
But I don't
Okay.
know. I don't
Let's see
know.
Being
his body.
to provide.
We finna do the kinder
So
cam.
I just don't want it to be like an issue.
Okay. All right. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
All right, let me step back a little bit. I just got out the gym, so.
Okay. Oh, you a big guy, Ron.
Oh hell.
Yeah. I used to play football and army and all that. So
And what was your appearance requirement?
That's the kinder cam.
He's
Hey,
too
shoot,
big.
I gotta hop off, but yeah, when we do the coffee dates for the guys, I'll make sure I'm available. You know, I'm always doing something, but I'll make sure I'm available on a
And y'all
Tuesday.
men stay off the damn panel. This is the female coffee date. The female coffee. But
Tuesdays
y'all,
and Thursdays, I will be
okay.
available.
Okay. Thank you,
Hey,
ma'am. Thank you.
don't
Bye,
be like that
Kim.
now.
Have a good night. I'll be in the chat.
Oh, I appreciate you coming up, Poppy Blanco. But what they're saying is that women don't get to come up because the men keep coming up, and then the women
You
don't
asked
want to
us
come
to
up.
come up. You asked us to come up.
Well, okay, now
Hey,
I
there's
know you want
now there
cute.
the
I
point
know
is
you
when
want
there's
to do it.
women, the conversation needs to not be centered about what men think women think, because y'all don't know a damn thing. I'm sorry, men don't know a goddamn thing about what women are actually thinking. So these conversations get so frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. Just hearing them just mouth off whatever nonsense comes to their mind about what they believe that women. I'm not even trying to be insulting. It's very
But
frustrating
you are.
listening.
You're always insulting.
Well, if I'm insulting you, then I'm sorry. But the reality is, when you guys talk about women and you tell women what they think and what they like and what they feel,
No,
and
you were
women are sitting right here listening to you,
explaining. When Aaron
I don't
was
have the
speaking,
pa-
you made it a point to
I
interrupt
don't
rather
I
than
don't have
listen.
the patience. I don't have the patience for men
Let's
who
be
just
nice.
are talking too much like nonsense, you know? And the thing that bothers me is I wasn't even literally being rude to Aaron. I literally responded to his
Listening
point.
is a
His
skill.
one
Listening is a
point.
skill.
I'm not trying to be a Karen, but I'm just saying I responded to his one
But you're
point
being one.
and he
But
flipped
you're
it and was
being
like, "You're
one.
not being nice to me."
Hold on, Zeus.
No, hold
Hold
on.
on.
He said, "You're not being nice to me." I'm not I can't have conversations with men who are like that. This is a discussion.
He was
It's
explaining
not
a
I
about
didn't
point
say
being
and
you
nice.
weren't
jumped
What
being
are we
in.
nice.
talking about?
I never
Somebody
said
went
that.
somewhere.
He was
Oh, okay.
explaining a point and you made it a point to interrupt him 3 times. You rather than listen, you chose to attack. That's what you do. That's who you are.
Me telling him that I disagree with his point is not me attacking him. If I would have made a personal statement towards him like a lot of you guys do, that's an attack. But I literally repeated for him. I said, "But what you're saying is da da da," and he got upset that I repeated that. You know, it's just hard
Shoot like
listening to these
that.
conversations and men are telling you what women think.
You
You know,
didn't let him
Yeah,
finish.
but Flora, just be nice, girl. Aaron, I mean, you can be
be
an
what does
asshole to
be
me
nice
because I'm a dickhead.
mean?
Finish him out.
Because
Let's finish
Aaron is
him
the
out.
coolest guy around
Let's
here.
finish him out. Let's finish this
Aaron,
man out. Let's finish this man out.
And stuff like
Y'all
that.
be wilding.
So okay, those are the reasons. When was your last relationship, Ron?
I can
About
read
a
the
year ago.
room. Y'all
A
go have
year
a good
ago.
one.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask.
Thank
When's the
you,
last
Aaron.
time you was intimate with
Thank you for
someone?
coming, Aaron.
About a year ago.
A year ago. Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
My flaws would be I can come across a little bit cold. I'm a very illogical thinker. So I can come across a little bit cold when, somebody might need somebody just to listen to. I'm trying to give solutions instead of just listening, something like that. But I'm working on it. I could be very impatient at times if I don't catch it. And I sometimes I'm not the most romantic person when it comes to buying flowers. Like my love language is physical touch. So it doesn't always click with
Oh,
me. Other love languages like gift
are you
giving and
gonna
stuff
pause
like
it,
that. So
HQ?
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
See,
Okay.
he's making excuses again for not being for not showing up. You know,
Right.
this is he's telling you he's basically giving you the information so that you don't get disappointed later. You know,
Mm, okay. Okay. I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, because he seems very, very busy for his job. He seems very, very busy for his job, for what he has to do. Is he in a position to have a relationship, or is he busy, busy, busy? They got to make time for the relationship too, just like we have to make time for relationships. I don't know. Let's see.
So I'm working on it. I'm aware of it, but it's still a flaw.
Let me ask you this: would you date a woman that's big?
That's big. I'm sorry, you say it. That's big.
Yes.
No,
Oh,
that's
come
probably
on.
not what.
This is the one
What?
thing I don't like either. I don't like that either. He says he doesn't want to date a big women, but he's a big guy, so he doesn't want to date big women. I mean, I understand that it's part of attraction. Same thing on the other side, right?
That's
So,
crazy. The part
I
is
mean,
he sounded so surprised, like a big woman. Well, he's like
mm,
at least 100 pounds overweight. Like what?
hey,
But HQ,
No.
do you
hey,
think? Do you know it's way more women than men? Do you know that?
yeah.
So
Well,
that
wait,
means,
Papi
Flora,
Blanco.
please
I
let
mean,
me get
hold
my
on.
shit off, and then you
What do
can get
you?
your shit off, baby.
Did you say
Yeah,
more women than men though? I didn't hear you.
Yes, it's
he said,
way more women than men, right? In like I
okay,
think in the white race, the black race, and the Latino race, it's usually more women, right? And
okay,
then that gaps get even bigger when we start talking about money. You see what I'm saying? And that gaps
mhm,
get even bigger when you got a bunch of guys that are gay. You see what I'm saying? So
right.
actually, guys got the advantage when you talk about, if we talk about this, if we're doing math, guys will have the advantage, and they actually can actually determine, especially the guys that got their shit together. They
Can
get to
you just talk
determine,
about that advantage? What advantage though? What? Why?
meaning that he actually get to determine that if he wants same kind of woman, like a looking same kind of way, because it's more of you than us, girl. That's all I'm trying to say.
Hmm.
So it's a wait a minute. You mean because he has money, he can pay for a woman that he wants?
No, because the numbers equation, but a simple little math equation is way more of you than us, right? So he actually we have more quote unquote options.
He
I
has
don't
more.
live in a Yeah, I don't live in a scarcity mindset, so I'm not worried about there being enough men for me. But that probably applies to some women, sure.
Like, yeah, sure. Yeah, but still, he's going to have a small niche that will be going over there to deal with him. A small niche. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of us have a small niche. A lot of us have a small. People say I have a small niche because I'm older. Okay, that's fine. Long
You're
because
sexy, girl. Don't worry about it.
but he said she asked him, would you deal with a heavy woman? He said, me? Did he say heavy? He's, he's even ruling out. He's even ruling out heavy women. So he's ruling out heavy women. He's heavy. So he's a small lane. That's a small lane that he's looking in. And a small lane that he's looking in. He's got to do more than just show up when he wants to show up. He's got to do, wait a minute, just like men say, if she has a child, she got to go above and beyond for me to take her. He got to go above and beyond for a normal everyday woman that's gonna take him.
Yep. He damn near has to be a trick. Not
Mm.
trying to be rude. He's large. Like he's big. Like that's a big man. So yeah, I agree with that.
I'm saying the worst of the flaws, you got to come with something more than just everyday normal stuff. What he's talking about is everyday normal stuff that a dude would do. Okay, but he's
HQ
got to do
from
more.
HQ from listen. I'm outside, girl. Been around. What I seen, big guys, and if he got a decent mouthpiece, he get whatever he wants out here, man. I seen it done pretty often. Well, let's not get caught up on this internet bullshit, yo. I'm talking about real life situations.
I am, and I'm telling you, most normal women, most everyday average women, will tell you they want a 666, not an overweight guy.
That's
That's
not
all I'm saying.
true. Well, HQ, I'll tell you. I don't
No,
say
I'm not
a
saying
six.
I'm not saying all women want to. I'm just saying for you to understand the visual. They say we want
Yeah.
666. Not all of us want 666, but most of us don't want an overweight guy.
Yeah,
That's
most
all
of
I'm
us don't want an overweight guy, and most of us will deal with. Not saying me, because I'm God forbid never do that shit again. Deal with a broke man. So I do think to some extent though, a lot of black women will deal with a broke bastard. So
right.
it
Yeah,
is what it is. It's not necessarily a disqualifier, but the weight is because one thing black women want to do is be attract. They want to be attracted to who they're with. So
right.
they might be willing to accept a very, very attractive guy who has very little money or who's not as established. You know what I'm saying? So that's what
Mm-hmm.
I see more than the other one.
Right, right. Yeah. Let's finish him out.
Okay, okay. So you want okay.
She looked at him like, "Oh, you said that you don't want to date a bigger woman, but you're a big guy." She looks at him like that. She looked at him
I
like,
hear you.
All right. Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Vicky Auto Care said peen is a factor.
Well, I've watched the show for a little while now, and I see what a lot of
Right,
ladies are asking for
right,
in men. And when I hear it, I kind of see myself in it. I spend a lot of time working on myself, my career, things of that nature, so that I can be ready, for what the person I'm looking for is looking for the most part. I still have a ways to go, obviously, but I'm pretty close. I'm very good at communication. I'm very loving. I'm very established. Like I said, a big believer in generational wealth. I got my passport. It's got stamps in it. I'm ready to go. Um, you know,
See, I really thought he was actually asking for one of the women overseas. That's what I really thought. When I had initially heard this, I was like, he's looking for a woman that's overseas. Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta keep going. Keep going.
so I got us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to start that family, have some kids, get this thing going. So I feel like I'm a pretty good catch.
Okay. We got some comments. West Mode 40 said, yes, there is a double standard. Big men with money bag fit, attractive women every day. Big girls are for broke dudes. Exceptions to every rule. I will say this. I mean,
Why you laughing? You
again,
laughing?
no. I mean, he's right.
Why you laughing? They probably
Because that was a funny message, yo. I thought it was a view, my bad. You said big guys for bro niggas.
big girl.
And, yeah,
Sense of women will,
Can't argue the point.
excuse me, oversee appearance at times if the money is right. There's truth there. I'm not going to co-sign broke girls or for broke dudes because that's subjective. But just know a lot of times then it's about the money than
HQ,
other
can you stop
things.
him?
So if you want a woman who's going to
See, Kendra tried to
Like,
tell him.
the thing is, HQ, listen, what I've been saying for decades, before over a decade now, life is all about what you can negotiate. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm,
The reacting
mhm,
to these shows is funny. We can laugh. We people go to argue. It's entertainment, right? But
right.
listen, understand. I always say, right? If big factor get with quote unquote rich nigga, you know what I'm gonna do, HQ? I'm going to congratulate that big girl. If a
Mm,
girl with three kids by 45 different niggas get with a guy that got money, I'm gonna congratulate that girl. The same thing backwards. If a broke
right.
ass nigga get with a girl that got her shit going on, I congratulate that nigga because that's what they negotiated at the end of the day. We can all sit over here and talk about like this person deserves that person. Man, I don't care about none of that, man. I live in the real world, yo, and I know how people is giving it up.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, but this. I mean, I'm not saying the guy can't get what he want. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is he's not. We say women. There's issues with women who are overweight. There's issues with men who are overweight. He knows he shouldn't be asking for what he's asking for because he knows he's not his best authentic self. Just like fat women get on here, the men say it all the time. There's a problem because she's overweight. There's a problem because this man is overweight. I don't care how much money he got. Ain't no way I'm paying nobody on this planet to touch me. I don't understand how men don't understand that is the weirdest shit ever. Well, I guess it's weird to me. I don't know about other women. I'm just saying, I'm not paying nobody to touch me. Men don't care whether they pay somebody to touch you. I'm not living on this planet where that's got to happen, where that's happened for me. Okay? So maybe it's okay for him. But I'm saying if he thinks he's going to get what he's asking for without putting money forward, then there's something wrong with him. He's not as self-aware as he should be.
Maybe he needs to like, and my thing is, okay, let's say he doesn't want a fat woman, right? Okay, then go lose the weight, get in shape, and become her caliber of man, right? The woman who isn't obese. But
Right.
at the end of the day, you can't be morbidly obese, and then say, oh, you don't want a big woman. You are large, massive, even yourself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it really doesn't make a lot of sense to have that stipulation. Although he's entitled to be attracted to what he wants to, that's a
Right.
delusional mindset for someone his size. You know, but if
And
he loses the weight, then hey.
and I look at what Kevin Samuels said. Kevin Samuels, he said, you got to know what the person you're attracted to wants. You have to be what the person you're attracted to wants. You can't just walk up and I want Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington look at me and say, hell no, I ain't taking you because I don't want you. You ain't my type. Just like his type is small petite women look at him and say, hell no, you ain't what I want. You ain't
Right.
a lot of women who will say that. I'm saying the bulk of women, because the bulk of women are not attracted to heavyset men, just like the same with men. So I'm saying he's not thinking along that frame. He's thinking, I want something, I'm just gonna go get it. I got the money to get it. No, they gotta want you too. The person that you want gotta want you back. And I don't think that happens. That's not going to occur for him, not in a big, gigantic pool. It's going to be a small, limited pool.
Going to be with you solely because of your money, then so be it. But then what happens when what happens if something happens and the money's not there?
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. And I'm not about somebody that's just going to be with me for money or anything like that either. Like, I'm self-aware. Like I said, I just came from the gym. I did a lot of sacrificing to build my career so money wouldn't be a problem. So now I'm kind of backtracking on the gym side of things. So it's not like I don't care or I don't see myself in the mirror or something like that. I'm working on it. But, I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to. So
that's fair. I mean, there's a lot of conversation about this right now. So KA said the audacity of this big back man to ask for a petite woman.
Can you pause it, please? This is where the delusion right here. This is the delusion I don't think that he is dealing with here. I think he's saying he wants a petite woman. Fine. There are probably some big men out there who have petite girlfriends.
Right.
But does the petite woman want a big morbidly obese man to tower over them with his belly and all his flesh smacking up against her every night? No.
I mean,
You'll be
there's women
surprised, Flora.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just speaking to you as a woman. That's not what we don't want to get knocked around by a man's belly. That's the least attractive thing I've ever heard in my life. So
I mean, we're not
I
saying
got
that
it. I got a
no.
homie. Listen, I got a homie. He about 6'5" around that area. 6'6". He 380. He is 380.
who are you
He's a
talking
big
about,
guy.
Papi Blanco? Who?
No, my guy in real life. He don't. I'm talking about my guys in real life. I don't got like you wouldn't
I'm
know.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So let this man HQ and everything I love in Florida. These men get all kind of beautiful women, just like Pappy, man. You see what I'm saying? Sling joints, left and right, because he's charming. You pay attention to the small details. He undressed them women with his talk, yo. He never had no problem, and he's a big guy,
Right.
big
Right.
guy. He always that's one of my good partners right now. I'm always out with him.
And there's women on the other side just like that. So I'm saying we have women and men on both sides that do all of that. But the regular, normal, everyday, average people, they prefer thin people. That's men and women alike. Nothing wrong with that. You gotta want what you gonna want what you're attracted to. It is what it is. I'm just saying to him, his chances are better if he slows down and loses the weight and then goes out to look for what he wants, because otherwise he's going to be paying, and who wants to be paid, who wants to get paid, or who wants to pay somebody to touch him? I don't know who wants that. What human being wants that?
That's right.
As simple as that.
Who's that?
Woo, child. Okay, did I ask you your 3 flaws? And I asked you why women be like.
I said when I first heard this, I was like, well, why don't he just go overseas to Taiwan or someplace like that and find you one of them real little women who will do what you want her to do? Why not just go over and do that?
Because it might be a boy. Okay, I'll stop.
HQ is 350 million people in America. I don't think you have to get out of here, man.
No,
A
no,
lot of
I'm
men
not
feel
saying
like they
that.
have to.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not saying he's got. I'm not saying he's got to do that. I'm just saying his options would be better. His options would be better if he did that, as opposed to being over here trying to find him a Black American woman who's going to be on the level that he's saying she is, and then she takes him.
You know, all the petite Black women that I know, they like drug dealers who I'm like, they're not gonna find this man attractive. And I'm just saying that because it's almost like it's a type.
Let,
You know, like
let me show
petite women,
you.
Right.
Go ahead, go ahead. I'm
they
sorry.
generally don't like big men. You know, it's not common. If it's
Right.
big, it's because he's tall and skinny, not fat.
Right. Right.
Let me see if I can find a picture of one of my joints, Gary. One of my little sling sexy joints. Hold on one second,
Like you to be with
HQ.
you.
Okay.
We got there. We got
Let
there.
me
All right.
see.
He said what he said. Point blank period. All right, Ron. You gave me your age range. The woman cannot have kids. Do you want her to be in Charlotte?
Doesn't have to be in Charlotte. I was honestly about to give up on the whole United States. So you like my last stop?
Oh my God.
But
That's what he said. That's what they
So he's a
said.
passport bro. So he
Yeah.
does
That's
want a little
it's
Filipina or something.
it's not a passport, bro. Yeah, he said he about to, so you haven't done. Look at this.
Because he
Let me
hasn't
undrive it
found.
right now. Look at this pretty sling girl right here. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Right.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna show you her body. Hold on one second. Hold on.
But the guy
I'm
in
gonna tell
that
you what a
picture is not
sexy
fat
sling.
though. But the guy in that
Look
picture
at
is not that fat like
look,
him.
look at that. Look at her body right there.
Yeah, we see her.
That's what a sexy women look
Yeah.
like. You see what I'm
But
saying?
where's the fat guy
Yeah.
next to her?
That's me. Shit.
But you're
That's
not
me. That's what
fat.
But you ain't
I'm
Get
a
fat.
off of
sling guy.
here. Get off of
I'm a
here.
sling guy.
We're not arguing that. We're arguing fat guys. You need to
I
log
told
off.
look, this is my tie. This is my other joint. I be putting my DNA inside of all these queens. This is my tie right here. This is my other joints right here. Can
We're
you see
not
her?
talking about skinny
Man,
guys. We're
Yeah.
talking about fat
we
men.
thought he
Show
was
us
gonna
your
show us
fat
your
friends with
boy.
girls like that.
We thought he was gonna show
The-
us his boy. That was
oh,
heavy,
my boy.
right?
He
Oh,
can't
oh,
find no
goddamn.
fat guy.
Oh, damn. I don't got no niggas picture on my. Hold on. We probably got a group picture somewhere. We have to go to the Instagram maybe. Oh, keep the show going rolling, girl. Hold on. Let me see if I can find.
Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, Flora. I don't like forcing people to be on camera if they don't want to be on camera. I don't force somebody to be on camera. Long as they don't pull nothing out like they did when I first started going live.
You
no,
say you're about to give up
Only one dude did that.
on the United States?
yeah,
Tell me why. You want to be a passport bro?
no, I don't. I really don't. But I'm gonna get what I want. So it is what it is.
So what
Can
is
he
the
get a gym
challenges that you're?
membership? Hold on. Oh Lord. So he gonna get what he want, but he can't hit the gym.
Right. He don't want to. He don't want to work that hard. He wants somebody to take him how he is right now.
And
And
he
then if
wants
he
them
lose
ready
weight,
made.
yeah. If he loses weight, okay. If he doesn't lose weight, okay too, because she got with him while he was big. So that's why he wants somebody right now to accept him for what he is right now. This is what I
He's
think.
no, he's not a suitable mate. I don't think he's ready to date. I think he's not ready to even change. You know,
Right. No,
he
he ain't
doesn't want
ready.
to evolve.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Why were you said I'm your last stop. So why are you considering giving up on women in the US of A?
Honestly, from what I've seen, there's a lot of patterns that I see that I'm just not a fan of. Like I said, there's a lot of energy out there that is negative towards Black men. A lot of things that I'm not really a fan of for what I'm looking for. And it's very hard to find what I'm looking for, especially, I'm not the smallest person in the world either. I'm not big, like huge, but I'm not the smallest person in the world either. So you see what people are saying, like the audacity. I mean, some people think like that. So it's just like, I got to go somewhere to find what I'm looking for. And if it's not here.
Well, let's have
You,
an educational moment. What are some of the
HQ,
biggest
can you
turn
pause it
ons?
for a second? The
Okay.
crazy part to me is like he's more willing to go wherever he can go to find what he's looking for versus him improving himself. Like
Right.
this is a very negative spirited bandit. Like I don't think he's I don't think he's gonna ever change his habits either, which to
Mhm.
me is a little scary, you know?
Right.
He's young for that.
He has a young. He wants a young, petite female, and he wants to. I would truly believe what he's trying to do is find a person right now to accept him for how he is. He'll lose weight if he wants to. If he doesn't, oh well, because you saw me from the beginning, like you were saying earlier, Flora. He's telling you the qualifiers right now before he even gets started. I'm heavy now. If I lose weight, okay. If I don't lose weight, okay. You saw me and you got with me when I was overweight. So don't ask me to lose no weight. See,
Yep.
I believe that's what it is. He doesn't really want to do the work on himself. Otherwise, he would have did that. And I don't really believe, I believe he's not self-aware because of the fact that if he was as aware as he said he is, he would have been done lost weight and known that the woman I want her to want me for me, so therefore, I need to lose weight because I want to get a specific woman. But he hasn't done that. Of course, you worked out, you got the money right and everything else, but you can't buy your way out of being unattractive. You can't do that.
Right. And you can't buy love either. Anything that
Right.
you're gonna have to pay for is gonna be inauthentic. He's gonna feel like he's being used, and at the end of the day, he's gonna have to accept that if he doesn't want to do the work. Because
Right.
it seems like he don't want to change his behavior. He doesn't want to change his eating habits. He doesn't want to commit to anything, but he wants a woman who is gonna come exactly as what he wants, which is it.
Right.
The
That's the
thing
problem.
is that this guy, I didn't like what he said last. That lets me know his confidence is low,
Right. Right.
and that's one thing about women. They love a man. They love a man with confidence. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Confidence, and obviously you gotta match your words with your confidence. You cannot just be confident and empty at the same time. That doesn't. Those two things don't go together. You know what I mean?
Right.
It
Right.
just, but he didn't say like, well, when he said, oh, I'm about to go outside the country, that right there, I was like, oh man, I was bullied for you, buddy. But when you say stuff like that, it lets me know that you just, you don't have a fight inside of you. You don't have that dog inside of you.
Right. Right. It is what it is now. Joe, 199. Big girl said they don't want big men. Yeah, that's facts. They do say that. They do say that. So the whole point is, look, he has to pull himself together before he can date anybody. Lose a little bit more weight. Do that. Uh, uh, be more self-aware. Once he does all that, he should be fine. But for
That
now,
you're
no.
noticing in the women in America that is having you say, I don't want any of that.
Right.
So I'm attracted to obviously Black women. So there's a lot of small things, honestly, when it comes to physical appearance and attitudes. So like physically, like I'm not really big on tattoos, so I see like a lot of neck tattoos and face tattoos and stuff like that. Bull ring nose, stuff like that. Colored hair, like crazy colored hair, like pink and green and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really attracted to that. If that's your style, I'm not judging nobody. It's just not what I'm attracted to, but I see a lot of that type of stuff. Um, a lot of anger. I don't know if it's anger, attitude, stuff like that. That seems to come across very aggressive. A lot of misjudgment about, women seem to think, and I'm painting with a really broad brush here, so I'm not talking about like every woman or anything like that. But it's a lot. It just seems like there's a lot of aggressiveness. A lot of women want to be handled, and I'm not trying to handle nobody. Like I can, I just don't want to. I want peace. I want chill. I'm trying to do other things than handle somebody. So I see a lot of patterns of that just makes what I'm looking for hard to find. And kids, it's a huge, huge thing. Like most women that is in my age bracket seem to have kids. And, I want to start my own family. So it's hard to find a combination of all of those things that I'm looking for.
Okay. That's what Ron said. All right, Ron, well, let's get into it. So, Ron, now the time has come. Ron Charlotte, 42, Gemini, financial advisor, wants women with no kids. He wants a family, so he wants you to be between the ages of, is it late 20s?
Mid 20s to mid 30s.
So you would go almost 20 years younger.
Yeah, depending on the person, yeah.
Okay. He wants you to be petite, smaller in shape. And it is what it is, child. I don't know. Do you want any more questions? They got more questions.
Yeah.
Well, we don't care about his questions. We don't care about all that. Simply because you're on here asking for some goofy shit. You're asking for some shit that I would say you don't qualify for. Although you possibly can get it, it ain't no good look, my friend. It's not a good look. Not for that. If not for the size that he is. Lose a little bit of weight. Do what you got to do, and then try the women again. Okay.
He kind of fucked himself up a little bit by saying that at the end, like he potentially got to go outside the country to find his match because automatically a lot of black girls they going to kind of disqualify him. I'm going to say 90+% of them because
he's been looking inside.
So he already put the seed.
Listen what I'm saying here. Listen. He'd rather keep that weight on him than lose the weight and get the woman that he wants. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm listening. I thought you was going to continue.
He'd rather keep the weight on him than to lose the weight and get the woman that he wants, because he wants an American woman, right?
Yes, but he already kind of fucked himself for excuse what I'm saying, because once he say the words, I'm gonna have to go outside the country. He already put the buck in the black American woman ears, and most American women that might DM him or whatever, right? She be like, oh man, this motherfucker he wants an exotic looking girl. You see what I'm saying? He wants like a Filipino, go to Dominican Republic. So that put a bad taste. He put a bad taste on a lot of this women's mouth, pretty much.
Right. But I mean, he's okay. He'd rather do that than to do what he got to do in order to get the woman that he wants. So he's willing to settle. So he already done settled. He already done, you know what I'm saying? He's already done settled for whatever. He's not getting what he wants. He's already decided he's moving out of the country and not getting what he wants. So he's already settling. So give me your final thoughts, Poppy Blanco. Give me your final thoughts, honey.
It's always it's always a vibe, baby. I like to come over here and fuck with you, give you a hard time, even though you get on my nerves.
You need to hit the door on Mondays with Fatty. Mondays is the women's panel. Tuesday we gonna make Monday is the men's panel. Tuesday is the women's panel. We gonna make it men who come over here and do what they gotta do on Monday. So,
That's
I
fine.
mean,
That's
you can
fine.
come on the other days, but I'm saying to get on the panel and really have a discussion is be Mondays.
I
And then
got you, baby. Okay.
Friday we're gonna have center review. We're gonna do some center reviews.
Yeah,
Hopefully
that's
people
fine, girl. Keep it going, girl. You're doing good. You're putting in the work. Proud of
you
you,
ever
baby.
been
You keep
married?
this up.
Have you ever been
I,
married? Have you ever been married?
I'm married to the streets, baby. I'm married to the streets, baby.
I thought maybe you had been married and been divorced. I thought you was married and been divorced.
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not, girl.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to get as a big YouTuber so I can wife you up, girl. I marry up, man. I don't marry you down.
I don't get caught in them chains. I don't get caught in them chains. But thank you for coming up, sir.
You
Thank you
take care,
very
baby.
much. Thank you. I usually start at 6 p.m., Kasim. You got to show up at 6 p.m. It's always 6 p.m. when I start. So we at the end of our show, and I thank you all for hitting the building. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Tomorrow is our married couples or married people come on the panel, and we have a discussion about letters, married people who write letters, and we have a discussion about those letters. So that's Wednesdays, letters to my marriage, where we have discussions about marriage, people who have been married, people who understand what married people go through, and we have question and answers for married people. So if you're married, please show up. Feel free to be in the audience if you want to learn about relationships when you're married. I want married people on the panel. Hopefully we can see you guys there. And Thursday is our ladies show, and Friday is our sinner show, review of the sinners. So I thank you all for coming up. Please hit the like button going out, share, do all of those good things, and I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Thank you.